We are live.
All right, good evening, curling fans. It is 9:15 on a Thursday. The regular crowd is shuffled in. Billy Joel is nowhere to be seen. It must be time for Potomac Curling Club Cherry Blossom Bonspiel Curling After Dark Night 1. We have 4 games on the ice. This is the first round of Pool 4 play. We have on sheet A, Rise of Broom Shooter against team, I can't read my own handwriting. Somebody who has good handwriting, say who's playing.
Oh, on sheet A is the Rise of Broom blah 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 blah. Rise of the Broom Shooter with Eric Johnston, Andy Hartzig, TJ Burkett, and Shannon Summers versus Constantino, which is Andy Constantino, Dolores Redding, Allison.
Amy Constantino.
Amy. Oh. My handwriting is just as bad. Allison Merkel?
It's a women's team, yes. Amy
and
Constantino,
Judith
Dolores,
Kelson.
yes. From Ardsley.
On sheet D is Schlanger Danger, or Schlanger Danger.
You mean sheet B?
Sheet B, yep, Schlanger Danger, which is Dave Schlanger, Courtney Shaw, Brian Daurnheim, and Naomi Huang from Potomac Curling Club. On the other side of sheet B, which is our feature sheet, is Curlifornia Dreaming, which is Diane Palme, Brandon Wolf, Julie Wolf, and Maria Eswine.
It's a team, uniform team.
Oh, Silicon Valley Curling Club, and that is one of my favorite curling club logos.
It is.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah.
On sheet C, we have Canada Geese.
It's a family team.
It's a family team because we have Mike, Beth, Erin,
And
Andrews,
Susan.
and Susan Johnston.
Yes.
And on the other side of that sheet, we have Team Loser, and I apologize if
That's
I
his
pronounced
name.
that correctly.
That's his name.
It's his
Which
name.
is Mitchell Loser, David Dawnkaski, Kaitlin Fermano, and Daniel Dawnkaski.
From Bucks County.
From Bucks, which is a place near and dear to my heart, which is where I grew up. And on sheet D, we have Team Grek.
our
with
own Jeff Grack.
Grek, who is our own, but he's okay. Rob Young, who's new to the club, and he's very awesome, gives great back rubs. Scott De Palma and Kate Trella, which is a Plainfield Potomac team.
All righty.
And finally on sheet D, we have, I will apologize, Team Huth, Brian Huth, Laura Halsey, Rob Green, and Mel Colley. I'm being yelled at to start the timer.
Start the clock.
We have 1 minute left, less than 2 hours, so we can
We are
start.
giving the teams plenty of time to play.
So these games have a 2-hour time limit to finish the end, and then they finish the end that they're on at that 2-minute clock. Games started at 9:22, so at 11:22, everything will come to a screeching halt.
To within an accurate of 0 to 8 stones.
Exactly. All right, so the first stone for Team Yellow, which is Curlifornia Dreamin'.
They go
Excuse me,
deep.
was into the house.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
I would have expected a guard.
It popped up. No, it's over there.
Yeah, we're, all right, TV left, sheet B, and far. There we go. We are learning the technology as we go, folks.
All right. All right, so
Naomi's shot.
Schlanger Dangers.
Schlanger
First
Danger
stone.
and Naomi Huang throw in to take out. So the implicit challenge of I'm in the house, I dare you to hit me, is being picked up by David Schlanger.
I mean, that's at the club level, that's not a horrible bet because leads generally don't know how to hit. Problem with that strategy is Naomi does, as we see.
Naomi definitely knows how
With
to hit.
her international experience.
Right.
Oh, yeah, Naomi.
She's a team member of Team Chinese Taipei, Taiwan.
Taiwan, I think.
I don't remember what the proper name
the
is.
preferred
these days.
nomenclature,
Is it Taiwan?
but I could be wrong.
You may be right. But and they actually played in the B level of the most recent not Pan American, what do they call it now?
Pan-Continental
thank you.
Curling Championship.
Curling Championships, which is basically the qualifications for everybody who's not European.
Yes.
Essentially, to Women's Worlds, and they actually got out of the B, advanced into
And
the
qualified
A.
to the A.
So next season,
They'll be playing Canada.
they'll play Canada, they'll play the United States, they'll play the A teams, and
I think they're more than
China,
up to it.
Japan.
yeah, and the challenge at that point is get in the top, I want to say 6
To go to
Six
Worlds?
to go to Worlds.
Yep. I think they've got the talent.
They've got as good a shot as anybody else. I mean, that's why you play the game, right?
Yep. And
Naomi's second is a little bit wide. They're trying to make it curl.
Brian trying to push that rock.
It's not going to happen. There's not enough curl in the ice. Having just played on the sheet, if you throw hit weight, it does not come back if you're wide.
You and I had very different experiences on this rock.
Your draws were curling like crazy.
Yes.
On this side, not the other side.
Draw weight moves 4.5 to 12 feet.
Yeah.
But if you just go, if your hit is just a whisper above hack, I mean,
You're
it'll
just
come back.
sailing.
It'll come back
It
a
doesn't
little,
bite.
but not as much. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't bite.
Yeah. All right.
It took us like
Silicon
four.
Valley team
Took us
trying
like
to put
4
one on
ends
the other
to figure
side
that
now.
out.
It's a little bit light. It's going to be a guard.
This feels guardy.
And it's Julie Wolf throwing the guard. And doesn't really guard very much, but...
I mean, it's a center guard, which...
And that's hittable, but let's see what they call for
we are out of
Courtney
free guard
Shaw.
zone time. It looks to me like David just said, hey, Courtney, why don't you draw behind? And then Courtney said, no, I don't want to do that. So David said, okay, how about if you
Courtney
hit the
wants
ones
to
in
hit.
the house?
Yep, because the
Courtney
hit and the
wants to
roll
hit.
is as good as the draw, and we know Courtney can make that.
If you pull it off, which Courtney, as you said, is perfectly capable of. Excuse me.
All right, and that shot seems to be on target to the
Gets
point
the
where
hit,
they
gets
are
the roll.
sweeping for
Very
line.
nice shot.
Yeah, they nailed the roll. Great sweep,
Little
great
too
sweep
much.
call. It is exposed on the left, but I believe, trying to do some quick rock math here.
Okay. So, yeah, it is. I got a pretty good vantage point on it. About a quarter of it on the outside is exposed, but you're not going to hit it and stick. So anything that
And
hits
a
it's
quick
definitely
yes
going
on
to
the
roll to the
call.
outside.
So it sounds
the
like they're
broom's
worried
on
about
a
the
quick.
crash.
It's kind of a lower late hit, so it's going to move. Oh yeah, it's already
That's
on the
already
guard.
on the guard.
Well, maybe not. Yeah, no, it's already on the
no,
guard.
no,
It's just a guard peel. Now, guard peels don't suck.
All right, so with Hammer, as a new skip, and I'm leaning on you guys, my first instinct would be split the house. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Look at what David called.
He called to split the house.
Yeah.
Well, David's a good skip.
Yeah, well, so, no, you are correct. And so I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. Also, David's a good skip. But, yeah.
Courtney waving goodbye to that stone.
Right. It would be one thing if you were still in free guard zone, then there's be value in building guards and that sort of thing. But we're out of free guard zone at this point, so the idea is to split the house. Unfortunately, Courtney's lead left this crazy short. Like, it's a 2.5.
Yeah, they're not dragging that. All right, but that's a chance to build some offense, right?
It's a little late to really
And
start
to warm up for the
building it.
game.
And, yeah, it's the first end.
Good point. Good point.
It's the first
Big
end.
picture from Enrique.
And unlike at international level games and stuff, you get 9 minutes to warm up before the game. You've thrown 10 minutes of practice before the event even began, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
These guys have come out cold, and this is their first draw. They haven't even curled
They've
previously.
never curled on
Since-
this ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they have. They
The
have
Potomac
actually-
team
they have?
has.
Yeah, no,
Silicon
we
Valley?
played them.
No,
They
the
were
Silicon
here-
Valley.
No, they were here for at least one spiel earlier
Okay.
this year. This hit looking good, though. I'm
Yep,
not
it's
sure we'll get the
probably
roll they
gonna
want.
roll now, a slight outside roll. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
No outside roll.
So a chance to hit and roll under cover for the Hammer team.
So, yeah, David, and that's exactly what David's calling for. Because at this point, with only the one meaningful guard out there, yeah, there's a yellow guard out there at the edge of the 12-foot, but that's not going to factor into anything really. The only thing you got to hide behind is that red guard over about 1.5 feet to the right of the center line. So that's the only thing that's any coverage. And David, I mean, he's probably equally happy if this end ends up blanked, but he's still trying for the 2.
And watching this go,
He's
looks like
gonna roll
they're,
to the
yeah,
outside,
that's
if
outside.
anything.
That's outside.
It's gonna
That's
go
spilling.
out.
And we'll take this opportunity to say hello to all of our viewers.
Hello, viewers.
How many viewers do we have? We're at 14. We've got 11 right now.
And somebody
13,
has
and
commented.
Mindy Carlson has said Naomi's second had no handle.
True statement.
I will pass that on to her politely.
I'll bet you she knows.
I think Naomi knows exactly how her shot's going.
All right, Brandon Wolf, the vice for California Dreamin'. The stone is on the way.
Curlifornia Dreamin'.
Sorry, you're absolutely correct. Curlifornia Dreamin' from California.
Trying to get the draw behind, but it's a little light.
He's going to get house. Actually, he's going to get pretty much behind. Not as much as I thought. He's 3/4 exposed.
And it's definitely curling less than it did the previous game. Maybe it's
point.
just a first end thing, but it is less.
Yeah.
And it may be a difference in the style of the teams that are on the sheet. I mean,
the difference in handle.
One of the teams that was on the sheet last game, not mine, was very draw, curl centric. The other team wanted to play a hit game, but we couldn't force them into it. So I hate it when they don't play our way.
Right?
Got to sweep hard.
Yeah, no, if Naomi can hold this,
she's got
and she let it
got
go,
it. Yep.
And she did exactly.
And they've got the roll, nicely done.
To the other side of the center line.
So, to my skips on my left, I feel this end is shaping up to be, if everyone keeps their hits, a blank.
If they play their rocks right, or if someone makes a true hit and roll and hides behind the guard.
Yeah, I mean,
then
there's still both teams still have 2 stones left, so both teams are going to try to get behind that one more time with this next hit.
Yep.
If one of them succeeds, that team is set up.
So really right now they're fighting to get the roll on the hit. Everyone's able to make the shot on the hit.
It appears so. I mean, we haven't seen the skips throw yet. This is literally the first skip stone of the game, so we don't know what Diane Palme does, or Palme, I assume. Judging from this broom, she better be coming at least control, because if that's a board and it's last game's ice, it's gonna miss.
Yeah, it's control.
She's throwing a control, so that's okay.
And she's a little bit wide.
But it's also feels
but it's curling a lot.
Yeah.
But it is.
This is more
this is what I'm saying.
Bumper wave.
Yeah, it's already off this. Well, okay, it's not off it yet.
I almost wonder if this is going to flash.
No,
it's going to get the piece, but it's not going to take it out.
No, clean. Well, okay, maybe not a clean miss, but clean enough. But it does.
And Brian sweeping it out now. Okay, so with hammer, and I'm going to ask you guys this because this came up today during my game. What do you do here? You've got a shot.
So what they're looking at right now appears to be they're considering splitting, which would either put the current stone that's in the 12-foot behind the guard or the shooter, depending on which side they end up on.
Yeah.
And it should leave, assuming that they do it right, execute correctly, both stones will be equidistant, so they're not doubleable. That is the correct call.
So or at least shallow enough that they can't be doubleable.
So the goal is to get one under the guard, another one in the house, and avoid the double.
Correct.
Okay.
At the same depth.
At the same depth. That makes sense.
As close to the same depth as possible. I mean, a couple inches isn't going to be a big deal, but if one is 2 feet deeper than the other, unless they're totally at opposite ends of the house, they're double.
And our camera view has come back to David Schlanger. And let's watch.
I feel like we should call him Schlanger
Danger
for the rest of the spiel, though.
Yeah.
He's
David
Schlanger.
Schlanger.
That way.
He does have one of the rocks, and it is Schlanger Danger. Let's watch this throw.
So basically, he's looking for just kind of a T-line, maybe a little more than T-line, but not much more.
I feel he's definitely got the outside of that
not
chip.
curling as much as
Only
he's
if it comes.
Courtney's pushing it.
It's coming. There's a lot at tap. No, yes.
No.
Tap is there.
Oh, there it is. Alan is correct.
I may have just played on this sheet.
Yeah.
So.
And these rocks were sharpened.
So he bombed the leaving both at the same weight, and for that matter, getting either of them behind the guard. But even with this, actually, perversely, I think they're actually separated enough that it's not.
Yeah,
double.
no, the double's still not there.
Yeah, there's a double, but it's not very useful.
It's not a double you're going to want to take on in the first end of a bond
on ice that you don't know.
So we're on hammer, I'm being told, on sheet
where?
C.
Sheet C's hammer? Okay.
So I think Benjo might take us here in a second.
Okay, and wow, it looks to me like there are 17 stones in play.
And I'd love to see. Wow.
There's only 16 stones in an end.
And it's Mike's last rock for the red team.
I have
Red sitting one.
What's Mike
Red
trying
with
to do
hammer.
there? Going between those two and hit that yellow?
I mean, he may be.
I think
he
the
may
draw
be trying
is
it, but
there.
it's not realistic.
It's a squeezy draw, but
Squeezy draw or squeezy hit?
I can't.
Either way,
actually-
it's squeezy.
I don't have any angle on seeing anything, so I'm going to.
Or he's just throwing it out. No, he's not throwing it
No,
out.
it's purposeful stone.
he's giving it some weight.
All right, that stone's on the way. While
And on our left sheet, we do see the hit
final
from Curlifornia Dreaming.
Yep. So she wants to try to hit this.
Diane
Yeah.
really
In such a
trying to
way-
nail it and curl under.
She's definitely
or
got the
chip
hit.
under.
She might curl
I
under.
think she's got the roll.
Not quite
No.
enough.
Not enough.
And she's also not shot.
Yep.
So Dave Schlanger has two choices. The
Draw
stone
to
is,
the 8
the
foot.
stone is completely exposed. He could just nose hit it, and that gets his 2.
Yep.
Or he could draw. So it's a question of is he more comfortable with draw weight or hit weight?
Yeah. Right.
And
He just
draw.
He just attempted a tap. It didn't go well.
And he called it the draw.
He called the draw.
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay.
Brian is staring at that stone.
He's
he's trying to make sure
he's making
the draw
sure
is the
they're
right shot.
Yeah, because if they're not shot,
That
play
he
the
has to hit.
Because remember, you're not allowed. And Benjo, how did that happen on sheet C? We did get a little distracted.
Mike hit the outside guard.
Mike hit the outside guard, so ended up
Yeah.
just getting the 1.
Yep.
Hello.
PM.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, what happened, Benjo?
Actually, wasn't paying attention.
Oh, is
No,
that why
I
you
saw
didn't want
Mike
me to
hit
put
the
you on the
outside
spot?
guard. So
Yeah.
he didn't- he scored,
I just saw they were throwing.
he scored the
hammer.
one that he already had.
All right.
Which was a weird shot. It was an outside shot for the extra point.
Sorry
So-
about that. I was just
Oh,
consulting
and
with
they
you.
are sweeping hard. I
Well,
think
they
this
have
is
it.
one of
They have it.
those
It's enough.
you can't hurt this kind of
Yeah, I mean,
sweep calls.
yeah, you can,
It's done.
but that's fine. That's
There's
deuce.
nothing more to do there.
That's
Yeah.
deuce.
All right, 2 red.
2 for red.
Moving
Yep.
stone.
2 for the Potomac team.
There
and
are no
love
stop
Potomac in that we move the game along. One of the big points of etiquette for the folks of us who are shipping in for their families. Etiquette in curling is getting the game going. We're trying to use a very scarce resource very well. And keeping the game going is part of being polite. Am I wrong, Alan? You're kind of
you're
making
right.
a face at
I
me.
didn't understand the
Sheet
scarce.
D
What's
is on
scarce resource?
Sheet
I mean,
D is on
making
hammer
ice
now.
in the American
Oh.
South.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.
Time on the
We're
ice
in
is
the mid-Atlantic.
So Greg has 1
So,
rock,
yeah, wow.
maybe 2.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe 2. But I think Greg has 1 rock. And Brian Hufa, I apologize to Brian and your family, is with hammer trying to dislodge that shot. And it looks like based on the broom, Benjo, what's that shot he's calling? Is that like the run back
Heck is he doing?
double out?
I have no idea.
I have no idea, frankly, what's going on. On the right side of your screen, folks, the yellow stone is trying to dislodge the red on that big red circle.
So as the resident expert in Hold My Beer,
I've played you, he is. We're about to see it come down from the top on the right side.
Not with that broom, unless he's doing yellow, red, red. Oh my God, what the hell? And
Yeah.
if
It's
that's
light
not-
enough that he's saying, forget
Yeah,
it.
no.
Yeah, I think.
Sometimes you're just not going to win that end.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Back to sheet B with Schlanger Danger, Naomi Huang.
Schlanger has one in the 4 foot.
Her second rocket looks like a pretty clean takeout to challenge Curlifornia Dreaming.
Probably. Push the button so we can see it though.
And there's a certain, and I'm going to again defer to the skips in this broadcast. There's a certain strategy to just fill the house with your rocks and let them try to
Sure.
get rid of it.
Sure. I mean, there is a power in putting 42 pounds of granite per stone in the house.
Yeah.
And especially if you can freeze them into a clump, because,
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's got enough weight to dislodge if you get
Yeah.
164 stones.
Yeah.
Nobody can move all.
When you
And
watch
he
the
can.
Olympics and they hit that quad.
And he
sorry.
can.
Andy's not here.
He is here.
He is.
Not
playing.
right now.
Not
He's-
right now.
Well, he's here this weekend.
But he can take that. And so can Scott.
I once got a triple on a Tuesday, and the opposing skip looked at me
He said, it's
and
Tuesday.
said,
What are you doing?
"Why did you waste that shot on a Tuesday?"
It's a legit question. It's a legit question.
And
Why
I'm
did you
sitting
waste
here
that shot?
proud.
That's going to
that-
be a jam bag.
Yeah. Because that's just gonna.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Losing the shooter, not as great, but it's
Dave
okay.
making sure to sweep that shoot
Can
out.
somebody push my little button so I have little thingy?
Do you want me to put your push your little button?
Yes, push my buttons, please.
Sheet beer near end.
Yeah,
Beer.
Sheet beer. Brought to you by Jamie Belfonte.
All
We
right.
now have 17 viewers, 19 viewers. To our 19 viewers at home, weigh in. We want to hear from our folks at home
All of you.
all at once.
Sure, why not?
We love
We
engaging
want so much commentary that the YouTube algorithm goes, whoa, it's trending.
with the YouTube feed. Oh, that's a cynical view. And Daurnheim and Huang sweeping hard to avoid the hog,
And also to make sure that it's going to be perfectly guarded.
and it kind
it's a
of is.
really-
I don't
it's a
hate.
so-
I don't hate
Deeper
this.
would have been better because it's a very high guard.
Yeah.
But,
Alan,
enough.
I think even I could hit this with a mid-weight shot.
there's enough curl in the ice that it actually appears that judging from that, she just wants to freeze on it.
And that's the side that curls last.
Yeah.
Generally.
So is she trying to freeze on it? Is she
That's what
trying to
she-
get in
Yeah,
under
That's
it?
where
she called the
put
freeze
broom.
on
She
in
called the
front of
broom.
it.
Yeah.
Wow. So why would you call that freeze?
Unless
when
she
you're
uses
down?
different signals because that rock is heavy.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
moving. I think that was the.
So why you would call a freeze is because that gives you inherent protection from your stone because the red stone was protected from
Backing.
being knocked out. And you can pop the last, with later on you can pop it.
You can use that.
That didn't work because they didn't deliver it correctly.
Is
But
that a thinking several stones ahead kind
Absolutely.
of move? Okay.
absolutely?
I'm still worried about the next shot.
So I mean, both of these skips because they're both pretty good, pretty experienced, are probably already okay. Here's how this is going to end.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, flukes change the plans and all that sort of thing. And it's like chess. You can't guarantee what the other team's going to do.
Yeah.
But
But at least in chess, you know where your piece is going.
usually, I don't
What
play.
kind of chess
I don't
do you
play.
play?
The execution part is easier in
Really
chess.
bad chess.
To make the move,
Yeah.
unless you hit the.
I play really bad chess. Okay.
Remind me never to play
That's a
chess
little
with you,
heavy.
Alan.
Actually,
That's
you
a
want
little
to
heavy.
play chess with me for money because you'll be rich.
I think that's coming
That's
through
backline
with a
weight.
sweep. Yeah, that
It
might. No,
might.
no,
It
that's-
might hang.
She can sweep.
It
Nope.
did not hang.
That was my only advantage today as a skip, is that I normally play as a lead and a second. So when those nominal rocks came back in the house, they were going through. Everything else, terrible. Backline sweeps, right on.
There is a skill set to that. As a skip, the ability to sweep is not as inessential as you might think.
I took the advantages where I could.
This
feels hot.
A little stiff.
Stiff
It's
means
hot, yeah.
Means hot.
Okay. James C. asking how Team Constantino is doing. How is Team Constantino doing?
Constantino is yellow on sheet A, and they are down 1-0.
Down one, but in a good position, under guard,
True that.
on the 4 foot.
Yes. The rise of Broom Shooter apparently got a steal in the first end,
And
but
trying-
a steal of 1 in the first end is not really a big deal.
Yeah. Even right now, and Lauren Luthi really pushing that rock to
They're gonna
pump it back.
They're gonna
Wow.
get a tap, but it's only
Wow.
gonna be a tap.
Not enough.
Not enough, but again,
But
early in the end, well,
brings
actually,
the
it's not that
situation
early,
under
is it?
control.
Actually, it's not that early, is it?
And
No, it's
back-
Red's turn to throw heavy.
Yeah. So it feels like, and especially on sheet A earlier today, we found a track where every other throw you could hit the weight. This track, no matter how gently you threw it,
It goes through.
It happens.
it was like it was downhill.
Yeah, sometimes the sheets tilt, and usually this side is lower than the other.
So how do I get on those controls? Like, where are those?
So-
The
controls?
remotes?
So
How
you
many
have to-
quarters do I need to pump into
so
this game?
You have to get the super secret Skip Plus membership.
Yeah.
Your problem is you haven't been acknowledged as a Skip yet.
You have
So
to.
Well,
they
it's
don't
because I'm
offer
terrible.
You, well, yeah, but they don't offer you that option.
It's
Okay.
it's in the skips course.
Right.
Okay. Where do I
That's
sign
when
up?
you get the remote control for the drone rocks.
Oh man. Okay. You know what? I'm doing okay without drone rocks.
There are many things that you have to do, including but not limited to giving up a 6 when you're up 5 in the 8th bet.
I'm working on it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. Kind of sucked.
Yeah.
All right, so at this stage with no guards, absolutely no guards, and 1 stone in the house, Schlanger Danger is,
Schlanger danger.
yeah, them too, are going to try to put up a guard in front of their scoring stone. Curlifornia Dreaming is probably thinking about blanking,
Dreaming about blanking.
dreaming about a blank, unless they can make something wacky happen.
And that's an excellent guard.
That is a solid.
Oh, that's a delightful card.
That is a marvelous guard.
I mean, without hammer,
Forces
Now
you
you're
into
just
going for
saying.
doubles now.
I dare you to chase. I
Play
dare
the
you to-
angles.
Yeah.
And there is a power in you must chase.
Oh no! As someone who's played with teams that have chased, I hate chasing.
Yeah, chasing is horrible. So
But they actually hit the angle pretty well.
Good little run raise.
They put themselves a guard up.
Yep. And,
And
the other redstone that's
that
currently
redstone
shot
is
is
hittable.
exposed.
Exposed is a better word than hittable.
Yeah, they're both
They're-
solid ones.
That's a lit major.
That was a good shot.
I don't know the weight over here.
Courtney Shaw calling her own shot.
Hammer on C.
All right, Mr. Delamente is calling hammer on C. So you see that in the top right
drawing
of
for
your.
Red is drawing for a third.
And then we'll have yellow's last shot.
Does yellow?
And
Yellow's already thrown their last shot.
it feels like
No, no.
if that
Yellow has
slows
hammer.
down, that's going to slow down in time and give
Yeah.
red 3 for sure.
Yellow's
Little
free.
overweight, but within
You're-
A
6
you
inches.
are
good,
correct.
I
almost
love that
freeze.
shot.
That's really good.
Oh,
Yellow is not.
Canada.
You want to watch
Yellow
a triple
is
there?
not scoring this end.
You want to watch a triple?
Oh. Shall we
Like-
keep the camera on this side to see that triple?
I mean, that's what.
No, we can watch Schlanger Danger.
Well, we can watch both.
Well, she'd see they're discussing the shot.
All right, so on Schlanger Danger.
Just going for the draw around, but
That's
he's
a
a little narrow.
Hot draw. It looks like they're sweeping for line, but the weight feels like it's there.
No, the weight's good.
Yeah?
Weight's solid, especially since this is kind of a glidey line,
Well, I guess he just has to hit the paint, but
pretty much.
The issue
He'd
is
like
not
to get
enough
behind.
curl,
He'd like to get behind.
but he's not. He's only half behind.
Digging.
Cover the button.
yeah. There are
Covering
worse
the
places
button,
to be.
and it's.
LSD.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
we are
Brian-
being
You
told.
pick which rock you want to.
Brian Daurnheim is
that
calling
would
for the
be
laser.
a great plan.
Brian Daurnheim is coming into the warm room asking for a laser for least shot draw.
Yeah.
Great plan.
Pick any rock on your first or second hand.
Exactly.
I feel like that would actually be a great.
I think that would be a lot
that'd be
of fun.
a great system.
And once you pick one, you don't get to pick others.
Exactly.
We do have Team Loser throwing for a straight.
An attempt at the triple.
They're trying the triple, or at least get the double,
Would
and
the
maybe the shooter sticks.
Double to keep the shooter score for them.
Is
Take
also
one.
an option.
They have to
sure.
get rid of the 2 there, but it's not curly enough.
I don't know
I
if
don't
it
think
sticks
it's all
on the
gonna happen.
nose.
Bomb.
I
And
think
not enough.
Red scores
Almost.
2 on that.
Red scores at least 1. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no. From here, red is. I saw one.
I think
finger
the
in
second
air.
one's a measure.
Fetch the laser. All right, and over on sheet B.
They've got a score. I don't know what it is, but they've got one.
They agreed on something.
Exactly. We have agreement. We have an accord.
We have an agreement, which in this sport, it is not, as Alan McNeil taught me, this is not a, I need to be careful here. It's not a refereed sport, it's an umpired sport.
Correct.
And if both skips agree, that is all that matters.
99% of the time, yes.
What is the 1%?
If both skips agree to do something that is against the rules and would disadvantage another team in the competition somehow, an umpire can step in and say, yeah, no.
But by and large,
you can intervene if someone is trying to coerce a less experienced skip into doing something that's not advantageous.
Yeah, although at that point you're actually intervening for the bullying.
Right.
So
which falls into the first rule of curling is don't be a jerk.
Correct.
Which
it's actually
is
the last rule of curling because so you don't know this because you haven't played a competitive event, but every competitive event beforehand, the competitors are given a thing called the event procedures document, which is a reminder of all of the special rules for the event and everything.
Yeah.
But the last thing that's always in there is a 2-paragraph thing on the spirit of curling that says, be good to each other, damn it.
Yep, yep.
Have you ever had to call someone up for, like, interfering with the other skip or something like that?
Not for interfering, but I have had to talk to a junior curler who was
Naomi and Courtney pounding this rock.
Yes, they
furiously.
They are.
Courtney is really rocking,
I mean,
no pun intended, rocking this stone.
And they
got it
passed.
around.
So mission accomplished.
I almost am not sure whether the chip would have done them better.
No, this is perfectly fine. But to finish the thought, I did have to intervene with a junior who was, he thought the other team was doing something wrong. The other team was not doing anything wrong. And he was losing his,
mental.
In terms of hogline violations and stuff like that?
No. Well, he thought the other team was violating hog. They weren't.
Yeah.
He thought the other team was being a little hinky on maybe tapping stones with their brooms and that kind of thing. They weren't. We watched.
Yeah.
But then he was losing his cool. So I had to kind of calm him down and say, hey, man.
We are looking.
We're looking.
Yeah.
We're not seeing what you're talking about. And you need to calm down or else that you're not gonna play well.
Yeah.
Chill, dude.
Yeah.
And we have a little bit more latitude to do that with the juniors.
Because
they're kids.
They're kids. They still have an inherent respect for authority.
Yeah.
Unlike these four on
We
Team
have no respect
Schlanger
for
Danger,
Who don't even
who
let
have no
the
respect for
broadcasters see
anybody,
the rock.
who are sitting there texting their friends while their opponents throw the rock.
There's a rule against that.
Yes, there is. Although
It doesn't
we're
apply in a bond
not
spiel,
applying
but
in a bond spiel. So yeah, there's
I don't feel
the
there's an
hammer
inherent
came up.
advantage.
The hammer came up way short, and red got a steal of 2.
All right, so Benjo is bringing us to the big screen, and I think he's pointing us out to the left side. Yeah,
Sheet
on
A?
sheet
on
A.
sheet A.
All right, so
Hammer
sheet
was
A,
just thrown.
Hammer was just thrown.
And
Probably
it looks
yellow
like
one.
one yellow. So Constantino, after 2,
Ties it
is
up at 1.
tied with Broom Shooters.
And on sheet
So-
D, Hammer is about to be thrown.
To James, I assume C means
7,
Constantino.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14 stones in play over here on sheet D.
We are cheering for all good curling. Also, hello, Melinda Mindy Carlson. The kids we're talking about,
So
I don't know,
this
Alan
stone's
McNeil?
not going to do anything, and so on sheet D, yellow 1. Okay,
All
so
right.
the kids we're talking about.
So we have some tight games, and Mindy would like to know what kids you're talking about.
I am.
He's not going to
not
say.
I can safely say not somebody from Potomac.
All right, Mindy, not your kids. Which I think, let's just cut through the real question here.
And I've even
And
seen.
Mindy, it was about 8 years ago. So
So,
So my kids,
no.
they weren't juniors.
No,
Gabe
no,
was
no, no,
Gabe
no.
was a junior 8 years ago.
I also don't see Galad being all that wound up.
I actually would pay good money to see Galad get wound up.
Right?
Oh, I've seen it.
Well, you're his dad.
I see it all the time.
One should
his
hope you
dad.
have. You're his father.
I'm sure you were part of that, if I'm being honest.
I can rile him up.
You know his buttons. You created
Yep.
his buttons. Mindy asking, are you sure about that? Yes, Mindy. Also, mild shout out to Evan Carlson for his SAT victory this week. He doesn't know what score he got, but he walked out with a smile on his face and
Okay.
polysyllables in his heart.
Any SAT you can walk away from is a good SAT.
Yeah, right. If you walk away from the SATs in the background,
Although kids these days get to take the SAT on the computer.
I hear they have the internet on computers now.
In my day, we had to do it with bubble sheets and number 2 pencils, and we didn't like it one bit.
You know, you say that, but I think I'm younger than you, and so did I, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. All right, so on sheet A, just checking in, we are 1-1. Between Rise of Broomstone and Constantina on sheet B. Have they updated the score?
On sheet C, after 2 ends,
Thank you, Alan.
Canada Geese are up 2-0 over Team Loser.
And if you got a problem with Canada Geese, you got a problem with we, and I suggest you let that marinate for a second. And
then
on sheet D,
D, Greg versus Hoof tied at 1 after 2. So
That's a great shot on sheet C there. The drop behind.
and I'm
for the
pretty
Canadians.
Sure, I'm pretty sure the Schlanger California Dreaming game is not 2-0 after 1. I'm pretty sure it's 4-0 after 2.
Yes, it's 4-0. They haven't hung there too.
They haven't done to 2 yet.
thank you. And as it turns out, the SATs, Alan,
Yep.
you and I are still young bucks. The SATs are still done with bubbles and a number 2 pencil. So, you know, the Grim Reaper is further from us than we thought.
Yay!
And all these teams on track to play 8 ends.
And only 8 ends because there is no 9th end if there's a tie. There's not even a skips rock. We can have games end in ties.
We accept ties.
We
at
accept
Potomac.
ties.
With
We
this
accept-
round robin format, yeah.
It's not a round robin.
Well, it's a
Pool,
sort of pool.
weird pool.
Schenken?
Ranked pool?
Ranked pool.
It's called a Swiss pool, apparently, because nobody likes the Swiss.
Everyone likes the Swiss. Do you know in Switzerland they have quiet hours?
From 2 to 4?
Oh, no, on Sunday.
Yeah.
You'd better not mow the lawn on Sunday. The cops will come for you.
All day or from 2 to 4?
No, all day.
Oh.
I kind of like this notion. But I'm a lazy bastard that doesn't like to mow his lawn.
Well,
What's that? The hit your own
that
guard
is a clean
because
up
you
the
need
front.
to peel stuff?
Yeah,
That
we need
looks-
to clean.
that looks
the
like
front
a
needs
clean
to be
things
cleaned
out
up.
kind of a-
Yeah, and this
And
is
that's
going
good.
to
That's good. That's
probably
Oh,
peel.
over curl a bit. I
Yeah,
would
but it's still
love.
an
All you had to
Effective
do
peel.
was get rid of the rock, and that's
Yeah.
good.
So the only
Yeah.
thing that they may have wanted to do that they didn't do with that was they
Yellow
may have
into
want-
red.
well, yellow into red to try to get more than one
Yeah.
stone.
Like a
but-
little further out.
But that's fine. That's an effective peel. There's still plenty of stones left in the end. I mean, that was Vice's. Yeah, but that was seconds first.
Yes.
So lots of stones left. Cleaning up the front when you have hammer, never a bad idea. Okay,
Yeah.
not never.
So now we have Courtney Shaw.
Probably going to muck up the front.
Try to muck up the front. Without hammer,
Without
like-
hammer up 4-0.
I like controlling the center.
And having one rock in
Having-
the house
that's what I was just getting ready to
behind
say.
cover more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
That's, you know. Yeah, there's something about putting all your eggs in one basket, but it's okay as long as you watch the heck out of that
Oh,
basket.
and it's in the house.
That wasn't necessarily the plan, but
I don't hate that, though. It does offer the double.
it offers the double if
It's a double with a
if
spill.
it's a double. Yeah, the shooter goes away,
Is it?
and
though?
more importantly, is Curlifornia Dreaming's second
up
the
to
right
the
person to
task.
take that shot.
Yeah.
If it was a skip, probably very doable.
And it looks like they're just
And that's
trying
not
to
what they're
remove more
continue,
stones.
continue cleaning. Yep.
Yeah, just
When in doubt, clean house.
when in doubt, get rid of everything.
Never hurts.
George says, peel the guard.
George says, peel the guard. This is not going to peel the guard. This is going to in off their yellow. Oh, it did peel the guard.
Ship
Never
off
mind.
the red,
It came
yeah.
back later than I expected.
Yeah.
It came back
Unfortunately,
later
it
than I
peels the guard into.
Into a biter.
expected. Nope. It
No.
spinned out.
Spun.
Spun out. Spun out.
English is a terrible language.
Yeah. Is it just me, Enrique, or has the late spin of a curling stone become more of a thing in the last few years? It seems to me, I don't remember curling stones doing that heavy,
Little last-minute
that
dive.
heavy last minute
And then
thing.
spin in or spin out
Yeah,
at the
as
end.
much-
Oh, they've
as
always
much-
done that.
Yeah, it just maybe
Sometimes they just get stuck on one end and just spin around that.
it feels to me like it's been happening more lately, but maybe I'm just paying more attention.
Maybe it's our rocks
Could be our rocks.
after sanding them.
We've been really well. They were just sanded, and
Yeah.
I think we've been sanding more lately.
I was going to say, and that's the second sanding of the year because we also sanded back in December.
Courtney just pounding that to try to keep it straight enough. To,
And
yeah.
there
putting
is
the
a-
pressure.
Oh.
There is a power to
Oh.
having 126 pounds of granite in the top 8 foot.
That's some really good quick math.
I may have majored in that.
Yeah.
Minored actually. So
Where do you want to hit it?
I hit the red on the outside in the 8 foot. She
she's
doesn't do
hitting-
that.
I think
That's an interesting
Palme
choice.
is just staying with the strategy. Clear the guard and then start moving the rest.
Sure. And something of that threesome in the house is going to move if he does knows this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the front one might just
Hard
take
yes on the sweep.
Oh, you gotta
They
sweep that.
don't like the line. They don't like the line.
It's going to peel. It's fine. It's going to peel.
You would have loved nice dodge by whoever was sweeping that up front.
Okay, so guard's gone. That's nice.
put the guard back up.
Yep.
Probably.
Or
pile another one in.
Put one in the pocket.
Oh, just yeah.
Chicken. Come on, Dave. Throw a fourth one into the pile.
He doesn't want to put 4 all together because if you hit in the right place, you take all 4 out.
Oh, absolutely. If you can throw a 4-second hog to
If you
hog, it's
think-
an easy shot.
If you think the other team's vice has that 4-second hog to hog, I don't know if Brandon Wolf does.
Is
He
there
might.
anybody in curling that can throw a 4-second hog to hog?
I can do it. Not accurately.
Really?
Sticks are wonderful things. You get mechanical advantage. You can go.
You walk and then you push.
Yeah.
And it goes where it wants to
goes
go.
where it goes. Yeah. Accuracy.
Well, your vice Dan has a very accurate takeout
Yes,
with
but
heavy
Dan,
weights.
But Dan also doesn't have a 4-second hog to hog. He doesn't have that much. I mean, my lasers are not bad either.
No. It's hard to play against you because your team, you and Dan have very accurate,
Yeah.
heavy takeouts.
We're probably single-handedly responsible for the reason that stick curlers are not allowed even at club nationals.
Good to know that when I play Alan, I
You
should
do
not play the takeout game.
You should have, if you watched the game that we just played, the other team played precisely how you beat us. You play a junk up the front, guard game, get a couple in the house, and
So it's actually good to know because as a bad curler, that is exactly the strategy I go for.
it is a solid
Pile it
strategy.
in, play small ball.
Ooh, she got there.
I love the snipe.
And
to sit
undercover.
second. I'm being told we should look over on sheet C because we have
Hammer time?
Hammer shot.
Hammer time? No. Hammer time.
Stop. Hammer time. And yellow is sitting 1,
And
2.
they're not doing anything serious with this stone. I don't
Nothing
think.
crazy, I think they're going for, but
Unless they're, like,
they've
trying
got
to, like,
a
an
solid
in-off or
chance
something.
at 3.
Is it gonna curl enough to get in? I don't have
Ah,
anything
it's
I can
curling
see.
early.
It's moving in their heart. They're bringing.
Oh, they got it. They got
Yeah.
it. They just
Okay.
got it.
Solid 3 for Team Loser.
Yeah.
Well done.
Excuse
Team
me.
loser that were losing
Team
now
loser
are
is
tied.
now winning.
No.
They're now
It's
winning.
Team Loser.
Team tied. Oh,
Whatever.
team ahead.
Team ahead. Team
They
winning.
are up
Team winning,
1.
yeah.
Team Dubs
Team leading.
after 3.
Team leading.
All right. Team leading. So David Schlanger
Is
going for the straight draw because he's still shot. All he wants to do, I'm guessing here. So again, I'm going to ask the experienced skips. You're shot here, and they have hammer.
right.
Is the guard the right throw here?
Yes.
Doesn't suck.
If you're looking to press your advantage, what I'd worry about is giving them the unintentional double.
No, that's perfect.
That's fine.
Because there's no double.
Yeah.
Well, there is, but you'd have to kind of slash that red onto the yellow because you basically need to move the yellow straight
You
back.
have to go double on the other side,
That's
which is
there.
a harder double.
This is harder because of the angle.
Yeah.
And more importantly, it's not a double that has any possibility of scoring more than the one.
Yeah.
Whereas if they could use their stone somehow, they could maybe get 2 out of it. Although we're not to, they have 2 stones left anyhow, never mind. Okay, so they're talking about splitting that out, moving that into that, creating some space. They're considering lots of possibilities.
I think they're watching that slash you're talking about.
I mean,
They keep pointing to the front red stone.
so that front red stone is 80% exposed.
I think the
So
risk
it's very
there
much
is-
it's very much a slash cannon. I do not know if Diane Palme believes she has that shot in her toolkit.
Because you really have to be on the outside of that rock
You need to be able to be on the
get
outside, and you need to be able
to
to
hit
throw
the
a-
yellow so close to the
and you-
middle.
yeah, and you need to hit a significant weight too. What's so funny?
Yeah.
What's so funny?
Oh, I just was my lead just sent us a message in YouTube chat. He and I have to play at 7:30 tomorrow. He lives in Virginia.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I'll be here bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
He'll be here about 9:15, maybe if he's lucky.
I'll be in the office.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't got to play till 5 tomorrow night.
I got PTO on my calendar. Kate and Randy, if you're listening, I called this out 2 months ago. And Bo Doer, sweep hard tomorrow. You've been promoted to second.
Because your lead can't get here from Virginia.
No, because reasons.
Okay.
Diane's going for a lightweight, so
A draw line? She just draw.
what is it?
What's the call here?
I do not have an answer to your
I
question,
think
sir.
it's your slash, but with a lightweight.
Or are they
Slash
just
with a
are they
lightweight doesn't make
already
any
trying
sense.
to
Not the
mitigate?
slash. You just have to tap the other one back. But
What if
that's
they,
too
what if
much
they
ice.
just draw in?
Draw. No, the draw is not there because the
No, it's a
angles
hit
won't.
weight shot. She's holding where the hit is.
But that's not a hit. Unless she's... No, she can't be doing it in off that yellow. That would be silly.
No.
That's not there. I have no idea what she's doing. I'll be honest here. We'll
The
all
weight
know.
is light.
We'll all know.
That's
in
a draw
about-
weight.
We'll all know in about 17 seconds.
That's draw weight.
Yeah, and they're sweeping enough, so they want to keep
She's
it
setting
outside.
up. She's not doing it yet.
Maybe she thinks she can draw
I
it.
think she wanted the in off,
No, she didn't want the in
No.
off.
No.
but the weight she threw.
Okay, so
wants-
there's the slash part. There's the tap. I mean, that was...
okay.
Okay.
That was the correct way to do the shot, but that was nowhere
Yeah.
near enough weight to get the job done.
But if you're down and you're trying to control the bleeding,
If she can hit between the two reds, that's the shot for her next shot.
yeah.
I mean, is it a... She can't hit between the two reds because the tall red guard up top probably
Can
blocks
go
that path.
around on the right.
And
Not-
yeah, see,
we're
they're trying
not
to guard
I'm going to
that.
interrupt you, gentlemen. Jeff Greck on the right side of our sheet is about to throw a red stone with hammer
Against two.
to try to throw against two.
And on sheet A, we're also in hammer.
And on sheet A, we're watching the
with
draw.
the red rock
Red
moving.
draw,
those of you-
looking for a second.
Who are what is that lizard with the eyes that can point in different directions?
Gecko.
Iguanas?
Is that a gecko?
Chameleon.
Chameleons.
That is short. That doesn't get there. Red
Yeah,
only gets
so on our
one.
right,
Room shooter is up
Red
over
is
Constantino
not
2
going
to 1.
to do it. Yeah,
And
Jeff
over
gives
on
up 2.
D, Greg
Constantino,
gives up
so
2 to
for the Constantino
Yes,
family,
two.
we are
shooter
up
gets
3 to 1.
No, 2 to 1.
Oh, 2 to 1?
Constantino's down 2 to 1. Because it was only a
A single.
single.
And Baudour, yes, Battlefield promotion. Come and throw second. I'm trusting
David
you
trying to
hit.
protect
He's trying to draw that. Yeah, he's trying to guard that
line that
line
would hit the yellow.
that will hit.
Yeah,
And
so
I'm not sure this stone really does the job. I think it's going to overcurl.
Daurnheim and Schlanger.
Well, it might tick off. It's going to
Yeah,
tick off
they've
the
got,
top.
they've got the tick.
The
They'll
other
just-
way to do it, right?
Roll where
They'll
it-
just fill the space.
That works perfectly.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So
That's the
if
point
you
that you say,
are
what do I
Curlifornia
do
dreaming,
now?
what do you do?
You got to go slash, for one.
Slash that
What is,
red into
what,
that
sorry,
yellow.
what is the shot?
All right,
slash
so the
red
shot
is-
is okay. So you see the red that's to the left,
The one they're
the one
looking
that
at.
the room is by. You're gonna pop that with significant
at a
force.
45-degree angle.
Yeah,
and
about
pop
that.
out the red.
Basically, all they need to do is get that red to hit the yellow because the yellow and the red
Anyway,
are
it
frozen.
hits, yeah.
Any hit, the force transfers. That's actually a thing, is a skip you should learn. Stones that are frozen, all you have to do is make contact with the top one, and the back
They
one
will go in the
always
direction
will
they're
always
set.
go in the direction. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you're just grazing that yellow, in which case that yellow might just go off to the side. But
Sure, but that's not going
there's
to happen.
plenty
here.
of space there for it not to happen. Any hit on that yellow
So
with enough weight takes
As
the
long
red
as,
in the back
as long
out.
as he puts
Yeah.
as long as he puts enough force into that red stone to contact that yellow stone with enough to move that red out of the 4 foot,
Yeah.
yellow one.
Good to know. All right. So he wants to hit it, and if he's airing, he wants to hit it north of nose to really give it the weight.
I don't know. I don't understand what you mean by north of nose, but okay.
Neither do I.
Okay.
Anywhere to the right of
Yeah.
nose.
If she makes contact at all, it ought to work.
Yeah.
Because
So
any
Diane,
overcurl
this
is gonna.
Diane Palme throwing
And it is hammer.
It is hammer.
with hammer. And she
Got to
gave it a
sweep
little
that.
No, she doesn't. It's still going out.
bit- No, she gave it out.
Still going out.
It's still good.
And she's trying to
right
push.
on. It's
she's
right
trying
in the.
to push.
It's right in the. It's right in the button. It's right in the
Yeah,
basket.
it's
No,
moving now.
It's fine.
Moving now. It's moving
It's
now. It's
fine.
shallow. It's shallow.
No, it's not.
Perfect shot.
That's what I was saying.
Alan McNeil with the accurate and precise.
That's what I was saying. You don't have the nice thing about those kinds of shots is because of those two stones were frozen. All you had to do with any of the angle that got the first stone to hit the second one was going to be enough.
needed
didn't
to hit
have
it.
There's
be there.
nowhere it could go except away.
Right. So you that had a much wider margin of error than you might have thought. So our score is now 4-1 after 3. Silicon Valley on the board. I mean, they're probably kind of bummed that they only got the one with their hammer, but
yeah,
better one than
changes
a
the game
steal.
for them. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, the Bruins won.
Yep. And a good guard.
Nice opening center guard.
Yeah, very well
Depth
placed.
is about right. Straddling the center line. I mean, open up the book, turn it to center guard. You're going to see a
Yeah.
picture of that.
It's close enough that it's not worth it to try to draw behind
Exactly.
it.
Benjo, can you push the button for us, please? Thank you, sir. I want to get a remote control next year to do that. All right, what are we doing here? Corner guard?
It's a guard on the right of center for
Okay,
us.
that makes sense. Us. I love how you think you're on there too.
No, for us, not them.
Oh, all
looking
right.
at-
Okay, all right. Okay. All right, so that's a corner guard. Maybe a little shallower than they might like, but not bad. Yeah, not bad. It's fine. It's fine. So this is coming straight out of playbook.
Draw behind.
Yeah. I mean, this is
No, it's an execution game.
yeah standard curling end 52A, I believe. So when we were talking about the execution, one of the things they didn't want to do was have this come up light and be a second guard. That's what they're going to have. It's not a problem. She could have called that and it would have been acceptable. But it wasn't what she called, but it is what she's going to get. So stacked guards on the center line, well stacked. I mean, those are good. That's a good, solid 2-guard stack. So now David's going to be like, okay, let's race.
I'll take those guards and use them.
Let's race behind the guards. Guards are a double-edged sword. If you can get behind him, it's great. If your opponent gets behind him, it's a problem. I'm sure there's curlers out there that are good enough to take care of it regardless. I ain't one of them. Okay, David's apparently happy with the line that Naomi delivered, and I can see why. This feels like it's gonna, assuming it's got the distance, it's gonna get behind the guards, and if it gets into the house,
it's a biter.
Top 12,
it's a
full top 12, and
lined
right
up
in line.
perfectly.
That is well played.
Diane's still trying to draw behind that red rock.
I mean, there's room. There's still there's a solid 4 feet behind the red stone in front of the tee. Asking her second Julie Wolf to execute that shot. It feels stiff to me. Well, sweepers are on it, so they disagree. Sweepers are back off it, so Skip doesn't disagree.
They needed it for line. Now you need to sweep it.
No, you don't.
Oh, beauty.
Very nice. They had plenty of room. They had easily 5 millimeters there, Henrique. What are you talking about? They had to sweep it. Easily 5 millimeters. Maybe 6.
What's David calling now?
I don't know that David knows yet.
He wants to peel his guards? Peel
Yeah,
the opponent's guards?
They're no longer his guards. They're the opponent's guards.
Well,
So
he can freeze to what's there, but now he has hammer.
he
wants
has
to
hammer.
score more
He
than
wants
one.
to score more than one. He probably does want to score this end because it is an even end, and there's a power in having the even end hammer. It's maybe not as important as it used to be, but so
Got rid of one.
normal peel. This should feel strangely familiar. It's kind of what happened last end. There were peels. So now Diane is playing the role of David Schlanger, trying to protect the stone that they have in the forefoot for a potential steal.
Just need not to leave it exposed.
Yep. This feels a little tight on the line. Like if it starts cutting, they could
Well,
accidentally.
you could split the guards a little bit.
That's gonna be what's gonna happen.
It's on the guard. Now you need to sweep it because
wow.
you're
yeah,
not
now
getting
it's just
any.
now it's just
yeah.
gonna be another. Yeah, it's just another. I mean,
Yeah, another one in line.
but close enough that a takeout of both of them is quite feasible.
And the run back is feasible too.
Yeah, it's true. And Courtney loves her some runbacks, so I think that's kind of the plan she got in mind, man. Yeah, it looks like it's just gonna peel.
Got a nose.
Yeah, it's gonna peel. It's double peel. Up, run, boom.
See?
Yep. I
Just it's open
think
now.
Brian may have been premature kicking that stone out of the way. I don't think it made the sideline, but okay.
We can have a replay of that.
Huh?
We can do a replay.
So this is a replay of the previous action. They brought the stone in. Pop, pop. And we will never know if Brian kicked the stone prematurely. Oh, well. It's okay. It was probably not going to be a stone that was going to affect anything anyhow. And I'm sure Brian probably saw it. I probably just missed seeing it hit the sideline. No big deal. No harm, no foul. Next stone's coming in at the moment. Is it going to get past that? Yes, it is. So pop.
And some roll out.
Somebody's sticking yellow rolls out, red sticks. That little red hangs.
Rotation swing at the end.
Yeah.
And a simple hit there to take yellow out and stay in the house.
Stay and stick in two.
It's a regular hit them up game. Can they get the double?
Probably
no.
not.
Now they want to hit it and roll off so that they can have a biter there.
Yeah.
Hopefully in front of the other one.
That would be great if they could roll in that position. All right, so fourth end is complete on sheet C. Red, which is Canada Geese, got 2. They are up 4-3 over Team Luzer.
Luzer?
Experimenting with it. And they
it's the French
They did not get the roll on that they were looking for, but they did get the hit out.
Giving Diane a chance to hit the shot rock in the back, which is the biter.
Yep.
Or draw behind the guard.
Behind the guard, which I think is what she's thinking about. We appear to have lost our compatriot.
We lost one broadcast.
We lost a broadcast. I'm not sure
he has a morning game.
He didn't say he was leaving.
No. Oh, just by. Ooh.
But a little heavy and a little chippy and just didn't quite get the job done there. I think. All right, so what's the stone doing? I can't see it because human beings are lousy windows. Trying to draw behind the guard.
A little bit heavy? No, it's
Not
good
really,
weight.
but I don't think it's going
It's
to bury.
behind the tee, but it's...
And it's not going to bury.
So it's open to be hit.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be a very easy soft
and stick.
Soft hit, stick behind, and then Schlanger would be behind the guard.
So I think we have hammer on A.
Hammer on A in flight. Hammer on A in flight.
Coming
yellow.
in, has to hit that yellow, and maybe
Yeah,
roll to the
and
middle
roll
a
to
little
the middle
bit.
A little bit would get 4.
It's already in the
Get
yellow
yellow.
in front. It's just going to push another yellow? No, nothing. Ooh, yeah, it did.
2 yellow.
2 yellow. Yeah, 2 yellow.
2 yellow. So Constantino up on Rise of Broom Shooter 3-2. After, well, no, wait a minute. There's another stone.
Sorry.
It was
I
a
did
hammer,
see-
right?
We got a
Yeah,
premature
I did see
hammer
the-
warning.
I did see the yellow stone.
Bad Benjo. Bad Benjo.
All right, let's go back to B for a moment.
All right,
David's first.
David's first, so he's attempting to do just kind of a soft. He'd like to just cross the nose of the yellow stone so that he taps it out, and he wants to roll just the tiniest little bit to the outside.
Well, it's staying close to the center.
Yeah, he's going to be on the inside, not the outside. So maybe he's going to roll to behind the other thing,
And out.
or he's going to roll out is also an option. That was not what he had in
So
mind.
Diane now has her last rock.
Okay, now the yellow
She can
hammer's in
draw,
line.
or she can hit.
Now we got the hammer in motion on A. It's coming in. They're looking. They could potentially
Everybody
get
sweeps.
3. Everybody sweeps.
Sweep harder then.
And 3 yellow. Constantino up 4-2 over Rise of the Broom Shooter.
And that's the pink team, the pink ladies.
Yeah. Sheet D is in the 5th end, but they've not hung their 4th end score. So we don't know what's going on. Curlifornia Dreaming skip Diane Palme's stone is on the way.
Trying to get it to hide behind the red guard, but it's not curling. That line in your game wasn't curling much either.
Not as much, no. But yeah, no, this is going to be exposed, totally exposed. I mean, like
hit and stick exposed.
or hit and roll where you want, or it doesn't have to. We're working on the hammer.
It's
now, aren't
hammer,
we?
you want to know.
It's hammer time. Yeah, knows that. Stick around, take 2, call it good. Yeah, Courtney loudly pointing out that both turns are available.
That's redundant.
Courtney and loudly. Rude. Accurate, but rude. So, which curl are they going for? They're going
for the out turn.
Out turn? I believe you, because Brendan Wolf is a lousy window. It's a great door.
It's heavy, it's outside.
It's heavy, it's a little wide. Naomi's trying to cut it, but it might be too heavy for a cut to work. It's coming across. It might get there. It might get there. It did not get there.
Nope.
So
That's a
steal
steal
of
of
1, 4-2. Schlangerdanger over
the Californiers.
California Dreaming. California Dreaming. All right, moving into the 5th end. Relatively quick turnaround. These teams being very efficient on that. Everybody's in pretty good shape on time.
This is the last one of the 4 games, and they're still at the pretty good pace.
Yeah, so everybody's playing expeditiously, probably because it's Thursday night, it's late.
And they
we
were
wanna get
warned.
done.
Everybody wants to go home,
Yeah, it's
get the
Thursday.
good night's sleep.
It's a long bond spiel.
Really is nice to play.
I keep hitting
You keep hitting
your
my
microphone cord.
Let's see if I can
I feel like my intern feels
do that.
better than my other.
There we go. That should be better.
If I have a choice, I'll ask.
So we're starting with stereotypical center guard, although it actually overcurls a little bit. It's still technically a center guard, but it's edgy.
With the no-tick rule, you could tick that.
Yes. So I guess it means technically it's not a center guard?
Yeah, it's got to touch the center line to be a... Have you officiated with the no-tick rule?
Yes, I have. A couple different events. hasn't been that bad. There's been some chaos, but it hasn't been.
Well, they're not going for the tick anyway.
Is there chaos? I'm here for chaos.
We were talking about ticks and no tick rules, and which is not relevant to this Bonspiel, but it's
The new non-tick rule means that if a rock is on the center line, you cannot tick it off the center line.
nor can you promote it into the house.
Oh,
Okay.
Even if you promote it into the house still on the center line, that is
Interesting.
still a violation. The WCF clarified that.
we have some dancing going on down here.
Yeah,
on
but there is a
sheet,
warning on her shirt.
warning, spontaneous.
Spontaneous dancing may occur or something like that.
Well, I mean, if
You've
it's been
been warned.
Spontaneously breaks into
And there's a
sonic
matching
dance.
shirt on sheet D.
Oh,
Yes.
there were 2 teams from Pittsburgh.
There's like
Who had,
6 teams from Pittsburgh. It's crazy.
Well, the rest of the sentence was that had free hugs on their T-shirts.
And we're thanking the Pittsburgh team for bringing us some Pennsylvania bourbon.
Yes.
Actually, if Benjo can bring up the camera, which we might as well. There we go. Can we show? Oh wow! I better straighten up.
Yay! I'm out of shot. Damn, I'm in shot.
Thank you, Pittsburgh. And I see a
Hi, Kevin.
Kevin White dancing and dodging
Kevin
and
White.
weaving.
Kevin
Thank
White
you
doing Kevin up.
to the Pittsburgh team.
Thank you to
for
Pittsburgh for the lovely
the Weagle Pennsylvania Straight Bourbon.
the lovely burger.
But I'm also going to do this. I'm going to just like grab the selfie and say hello to Alan
Hi.
and Enrique,
That's me.
your friend Jamie, and
Benjo.
the greatest curler of the Potomac Curling Club,
No, I'm not.
Benjo Lamenta.
Our
Maybe
soon to be
13th.
national champion. Our soon to be
We'll try
national
our best.
champion, Benjo.
12th place in my mind, and first place in my heart.
Well, we're supposed to be commenting a game, right?
Oh yeah.
What's happening at the game?
Curling.
Some stones are being
Is that the
thrown.
game with the...
That's the thing with the rocks and the yelling.
It's basically shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard on ice with a little bit more yelling.
And control after you release.
Yeah.
All right.
Some control.
Some control.
Yep. Like darts with people going to the dart.
Darts, except that you could have a friend with a fan as the dart's going through the air.
Oh, that was the.
Yeah. Well, it'd probably be better with a fan than trying to blow, because fan, you don't have to be in the way. Whereas trying to blow,
I don't know. I
it's
feel a
dangerous.
fan would be an unfair advantage.
If both teams have.
Even so, I mean, you remember Sweepageddon in 2018.
Yes, I remember. Trust me, I remember Sweep again.
And an attempt
Oh,
to curl
oh,
around, but it
almost.
just hit the yellow there.
As we bring it right back to the game, what we almost saw was a
Hey, but
beautiful
guess what's
draw
on the button?
around. Is that a 42-pound granite rock?
Yes, it is. Approximately
Polished to
approx-
remarkable specifications.
approximately 14 inches in diameter.
All right, first person to name the place that all curling stones, within reason, are come from, wins a high
Scotland.
five. I want more precision than this.
Isle of Crag.
Well done, sir.
Elsa Craig.
Elsa? It's pronounced Elsa?
Is it Isla Craig? I don't know.
He's right. You're wrong.
Okay. Elsa Craig?
Elsa Craig.
Well, you got to have a McNeil correct me.
Right.
Well,
These are why I know these things. My family might own the next island over. Actually,
I actually love, if I'm red, love the roll on that.
That's a
works-
nice
That worked
shot.
very nicely. The
A
only
little bit of over curl,
the
but
only quibble
it's
is
a
that
good shot.
the only quibble is that it rolled far enough to be exposed on the outside. It's high enough that an in-off behind the other ones would be shot. But
So, again, I'm going to ask a new skip question.
I'm going to give you an old skip answer.
The game right now they're playing is...
Still called curling.
Wait, this is the worst pickleball court I've ever seen. No, the strategy they're playing right now is who can hit and roll under those 2 guards,
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
How, as the team with, as a team with hammer, you've got 1, maybe 2 biting.
Yes. One,
I mean,
you
fish
def-
eyes
you
are a
definitely-
little weird.
Pretty sure right now you're lying to me.
So really what we're looking at, that's
Might
too
be
tight.
3. Oh! So red has 2, maybe 3.
Okay. Let's call it 2. You're
Pretty
red.
sure. I'm pretty sure.
And this is where I enter my panic mode as a new skip.
if you're red or if you're yellow right now.
I'm red.
Okay.
I have a giant advantage.
Sure.
How you don't squander it?
Precisely.
You,
I am a king of squandering.
So it kind of depends on your confidence level in your team. If you're confident that your team can throw guards, like
I'm
people
not
do,
confident.
but if you are,
Let's say you are
if
confident.
you are confident, you start you play guard.
You just start guarding up?
Right
You start
now, I
guarding
don't
up
guard
guards?
because I don't have anything near the center of the house.
That's,
I'm going to put more
Sure.
stuff in the house.
Yeah, most teams will put more stuff in the house because
Okay.
you can't. You could conceivably double those 2 reds that are in the house right now, although it's not an easy double. So
On Tuesday, that's
challenge-
never happening. On Thursday,
And you can't
that's
cover
rare.
everything.
Right.
And that's kind of where I'm leading.
So
is
tapping up is not a bad
It's-
call.
it's a good house. It's not a great house.
At this level
So-
that we play here, now
an adequate
you're
house.
playing with your opponent's head, and you're
Right.
saying, okay, now I have 4 in the house.
Right. Or at least 3.
You got to be accurate.
Ooh.
And don't forget, if I'm red, I'm in the lead.
Yes.
So I'm okay with taking my 1s or 2s. I don't need to make a 3 or 4 right now.
But you're
If
threatening.
I keep jumping, and I'm threatening it is fine. But if
And-
yellow takes away a couple of mine and I still score 2,
Yeah.
fine, great,
Yeah.
wonderful.
You don't want to give up a 2, but you're okay giving up a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Delamente, what are your thoughts on this strategy discussion?
What? Sorry, I wasn't. I was trying to look.
That's our
he's
national
flipping.
U5 skip.
We are sending Benjo to the U5 Nationals. We're discussing
hammer on
what you
C.
do if you're red.
Okay, we watch the hammer on C is what we do.
Oh, we watched the hammer on C. Good call, Mr. McNeil.
Yellow is throwing a
It's
draw
coming
for
to the
1,
top
we think.
right.
And it's going to over curl. It's over curling and getting to hit that guard.
No, it's not. Yes, it is. You're correct.
Oh, yeah.
And
All
so
right, note to self. If Enrique invites me to his team, play with him.
At least I know when you're going to crush your
at least
my guards.
At least you know when you're going to mess up. I'm not sure that's a win.
I know early enough that you're going to crash it, but I can't do anything about it.
Okay, so now what were we talking about before we were so rudely interrupted by curling?
If you have 4 stones in the house,
How'd you get an old-fashioned?
would you like an old-fashioned?
No, thanks. Not today. I already had plenty of this whiskey.
Okay. It's brandy. It's
brandy?
It is a Paul Luthi special.
Oh, okay.
So red stole to that end, up 6-3 over on sheet C. That's Team Canada Geek.
Geese.
Geese. Geeks.
Gooses.
Canada geese.
Hey.
Gooses.
Hey, that's our word.
Canada, some sort of bird, over Team now losing.
The birds that fly from Canada to here, and they actually live here.
Yeah, and we earn all the money.
Summer and winter.
Ship over there, so that's a smart call. If it sticks,
I
it didn't.
But you have one that's the shot rock is sort of covered.
So again, the
no.
question to Mr. Delamente is, you've got an open house. You're not controlling the house, but you've got stones in the house. You have the hammer.
She's trying to think about, no, you flop in, you don't flop out, trying to take out the maybe biter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm yellow, hit it, flop in a little bit.
Hit it and flop in is the right call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nose
'Cause
is
I'm
not
down.
the worst.
At this
Nose
level.
is not. Nose is a problem.
At this
this
level.
level.
If you're playing botcher, he's going to run back and double.
Yeah.
Well, Dunham
if-
Dunham's
you're-
not in my draw.
But frankly, if you're playing botcher, this is going to be a blanket.
yeah, right, exactly.
I'm not even drinking. I think that ticked on the guard. That's because it did tick on the guard. Okay.
What's more common, to over curl and hit or under curl and flash?
Ooh.
Whichever is more
Over curl and hit the guard or under curl and flash?
So in
the
my
rock you
world,
wanna-
whichever of those 2 shots is more painful at the moment is what will happen.
I'd say
a
over
fellow
curl.
Tuesday skip. Sorry, Benjo?
I think overcurl is more common.
You think over curl is more common, so you have to call more ice, right?
Yeah.
Certainly on this ice at this club with these stones at this time.
yeah.
And you call more ice, and then you
And then it doesn't
flash.
happen.
And then
Yeah.
you
And then you
Flash.
flash. Yeah.
It's a stupid
But
game.
I will actually throw in that overthrow tends to result in the, okay, curl, 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 push it a little, and you spill your stone, but you remove that one. Especially if you're going for the inside.
Usually. Not always.
All right, so Naomi and Courtney pounding the stone right out of the hog.
Yeah, just putting. I mean, they want to make sure that it gets past the yellow guard. They're just guarding against
And
that
that it touches
overcurl.
paint.
And I'm not sure it's
don't-
It's
gonna.
not. It's not. But they might just
think they got it around.
angle that guard.
They got past it.
No,
they did
that
not get
touched.
past it, and
That
that took
touched.
enough out. It took enough steam out of it. That
See,
they didn't have
over
to-
curled.
Opportunity for yellow.
Overcurl and touch.
Yeah. So now we have
All right.
an opportunity for yellow to potentially get in a steal position.
And on the broadcaster score, we have 3 for Enrique.
They're not going
2
for the.
Alan,
They're not going for the easy double.
2 for Benjo, and 0 for Jamie.
What easy double?
The easy double. Hit the double on the left to right easy double with
Are
the
you-
shooter.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, we're playing at Potomac.
I want to. Okay. A
If
challenge
this was the
accepted.
Briar, if this was the Briar,
Easy
sure.
double.
All the folks at home, let's wait until this game is over, and Enrique will set up this shot, and he's going to show us how easy this double is.
The easy double.
Just how easy that double is. Yeah, good luck with that, Enrique. Have another drink first. So
Maybe with another drink, that's going to be an easy double.
back
Easier
here in the,
double.
Back here in the land of the realistic curlers,
You
we're
hit.
going
You hit
to
that stick.
hit and roll under.
Yeah.
Hit and roll to the top 4 foot underneath the cover.
What was that?
I hear a lot of yeses.
Is this trash?
No, those two are clean.
All right, so we have cleanup crew going. And this hit looks like it's going to come in just enough the nose, and it might. I think we've got a kind of roll that we want. I'm sorry I muted both of you as you did cleanup crew, and you're back in the game.
Yeah, that was a hit, and the roll wasn't enough.
Not enough.
It's still hittable.
They could have let it go.
Yeah.
Are you still muted?
You're not. You're muted.
How about now?
How about
Alan?
now? Yay!
Alan is back.
I always-
Guess who's back?
All right.
Back again.
So that Yellowstone, I mean, it's not 100% open. It's corner is hidden.
You can
So-
see about 3/4
Oh
of
yeah,
it
you
from
can
the
see-
center line.
Yeah.
At the club level, I like letting people chase these. Like short of Cap League, but
even in Cap League, frankly.
That's the shot any league you're playing. You
like
hit
he's
that.
never going to hit. He's never going to roll under.
Why not?
I mean,
If
You
he's
go with a
perfect-
light hit.
if
you
he's
can.
fair. He's
And-
not never going to roll under.
And if you have strong sweepers,
Which
you
so
can
to be
throw wider,
fair,
and they will bring it back.
I have it under good authority that this entire team is a bunch of skips who don't know how to sweep.
I don't know Naomi well enough to know if that's a true statement. I know
She
I
is.
know that
Naomi
she
is not the skip,
Naomi
but-
is literally the only one that does not apply to.
And I've played this Bonspiel with a team of skips, and it wasn't easy.
Yeah, yeah.
right.
The hardest thing for a skip that's not playing a skip is to shut up.
And in fact,
So
I'm
this
told,
is wide and not coming back.
yeah.
It's
And
coming back. It's just
Not
not going to
enough
stay.
yet.
Naomi trying to push it. She'll get a piece of it.
Oh no,
but
it's
again,
good. It's good. It's good.
But it's not
Chase
gonna
it, but
stay.
spill.
It's staying and all that.
It did stay. Okay.
Which means that red has
Red
a
has
chance for
2.
3 here,
Yeah.
unless yellow can bury it real well.
Red now. Yellow has to draw behind.
Yeah, they have to get to the top 4 or top 8 behind
So-
the 2 cover.
I'm going to bring this new skip, old skip dynamic back. If I'm a new skip, my thought is draw behind with yellow.
Sure.
Why would I not maybe consider the hit?
Which hit?
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 of them.
Right.
Both of them suck.
Well, so the one of the stone in the top 12 is an interesting
Nearest the
consideration
hack,
because
if you can drop under and maybe touch a little
right,
bit away.
because I think because it looks from my angle, it looks like you have the whole stone.
Yeah.
None of it's behind, no meaningful pieces. So therefore you can get inside it.
Yeah.
So therefore you could hit it and roll, and now you're behind the cover in the top 12.
Yeah.
Probably outscoring. The question is, can you hit and roll to a position where you're shot?
Yeah.
What
Tough.
do you trust more, your line or your weight?
And that, I
Yeah.
think, is the answer to the question.
And so
Because I'm looking at 3. Unless
Diane's
I
drawing.
bury this perfectly, they've got an easy hit for 2 to 3.
and frankly, even if you do
And
bury
she's
it perfectly,
super narrow.
Even if you
Oh,
do,
that broom?
What's she trying to do there?
I don't know if we
doesn't
can
ex-
see the
she doesn't
broom
think-
on
she
this.
doesn't
She
think
doesn't
this
know
is curling.
Potomac Ice?
She doesn't think this is curling.
So
Maybe
she
this line
thinks
got
this ice-
straight.
We can't see it on the screen, but right now the broom is being held about 8 inches, 10 inches.
Right
Off
in the
the
middle
4
of
foot.
what?
Ben just brought it up.
8 foot.
So she thinks she's going to get it around. What I see on that shot
Is overcurl.
is a crash.
Yeah.
And possibly raising the red
I
to
don't
give red
see
a
it.
chance for
I
free.
don't
would give
see a
2 more
crash.
feet.
Now, one more foot at the most.
And she's already on it. Yeah, no, that's
Perhaps
narrow.
she trusts her sweepers.
Oh, I hear. That's
They're
not.
That's
No.
on the guard, at least.
That's on the
Colin
guard.
Line.
It's
Is it
on
on
the
the
red
guard?
guard for now. Yep.
Yeah, it's on the
No.
guard completely, and it's gonna promote in.
Yep. And here's a chance for 4.
Congratulations.
And no
You hit
sweeping would
4.
have hit the
Yeah.
yellow.
Okay.
A good chance for 4, maybe 5.
How are you gonna get 5?
Because
that
the one
may
on
be
the
biter.
very,
You're right,
very,
you're right,
if
you're
you
right.
look on the very left side of your
Yep.
screen, folks, the fisheye tends to overexpose the bottom. That stone may be on, even though we can see daylight between
So
it
I'm
and
looking at it. I'm looking at it from my vantage point. I think I see a piece of the edge of the stone over a piece of the circle. I
From
think it's
here,
it.
it looks like it too.
Yeah, no. I quite
From where
honestly
you are,
like
you
it.
see it
yeah,
too?
Yeah. I'd get the biter bar,
Oh yeah, completely.
but either way, we're looking at either 7-2 or 9-2, depending
Because
on
the
how it
paint,
winds up.
the paint is not exactly precisely.
8-2 is also
As
possible.
someone who actually put the paint down,
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that paint is within
Now,
half an inch.
half an
I-
inch is a lot.
So I have a point. I have a
that's
point
the
for all
point.
y'all.
Yeah.
None of this is paint.
Well,
They're all vinyls.
they're vinyl circles, yeah.
They are vinyl circles.
Vinyl semicircles, but
And
okay.
we did our best laying them
We
in.
did our best putting them down.
Yes,
but
but
there are
there's
some-
always
there are
a
some
quarter of an
quarter
inch, an
inch.
eighth of an inch.
But this is perfectly fine in terms of a draw. It's going to be.
And
this is
oh,
fine. Doesn't matter. It's fine.
yep, drop a little energy.
So,
But,
four,
I think
even if
it's
it hadn't,
4.
it would have been fine. It's
And
4
they said,
a
"Don't touch this
question."
one."
Nope, they
Oh,
touched
they
it.
touched it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't know. We don't know if they decided it was in or out, but they are all agreed
8-2 or
on whatever it
9-2.
was.
I'm guessing they're going to throw it back.
Yeah, they're going to throw it back, but that may be the end of the game when they do that.
Yeah.
And Brian's hanging the score. He's hanging a 9, so it was a 5.
Yeah.
First big end of this
Of the
draw.
night.
Yeah, kind of first big end of the tournament. Really, there haven't been a lot of big numbers.
There was
were
a 6 at
4s.
Pittsburgh.
6, yeah.
Actually
Oh, okay.
took 6 against Virginia earlier
Okay.
today on this same sheet.
That's right, during the second draw. Right?
Yep.
And I only bring that up because
'Cause I should have remembered it because I called it.
you did call it. I remember it because I have a bet going against one of the teams or one of the skips on that sheet.
Yeah, and apparently you're playing at 7:30 tomorrow. It's really important.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand the parameters of the bet.
No one does.
Somebody tried to explain them to me, and it
No
didn't
one
go
does. It is what we call in curling a shit show.
Well. A fecal matter extravaganza.
Yes, the oscillating, rotating air mover.
Courtney wants to know
Courtney
how that
does
stone
not
did not go through
believe.
the house.
Exactly
She threw
what
light,
happens.
and it went. The rock has a mind of its own.
And she's looking into the broadcast booth.
I
with
didn't do it. Don't look at me, Courtney. I didn't.
Courtney
make it stick
blaming
around.
Alan McNeil for
Courtney
that shot.
always blames Alan McNeil.
What did you do to my rock?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I
didn't even-
released the guard.
I threw yellow last game. I didn't even touch the red stones.
Alan was just, The Rock wanted to be with Alan.
We need to get the remotes.
The remotes,
The drone rock remotes.
which are part of the skip
Plus
upgrade.
package. The Skip Plus package.
Yeah.
It also comes with HBO Max, which is kind of cool.
You know what? I've got Ted Lasso on it. Apple. I'm happy.
I mean, it was more important when Game of Thrones was still a thing.
Oh, God.
Up until the last season. We don't want to discuss that. Moving back to curling. Hey, how's about that curling game? So it looks like David is playing the scoreboard and just put stones in the house.
Yeah. And for those of us who are fans of the families and not the sport, what happens now is that basically you can guarantee a 1 or 2 point game per end. And, oh, that one picked. And just, you don't mind giving your opponent 2 points.
No, because you got 3 ends left.
You know, don't give them a big end.
You got a 7-point lead, 3 ends. If
At
you
this
can give up
point, I
3
want to give up a
consecutive-
1.
Yeah.
And you could give up 3
And I can
consecutive
give up
twos
a
and still
steal
win.
of 1 and
Yeah.
a steal of 1 and keep hammer.
Yeah.
Fine.
Play small ball.
Yeah.
As
Just make sure that there isn't more than 1 yellow in the house.
Yeah.
And perversely, the way you play small ball in curling is you put stones in the house. Because if there's no guards, the score will be low.
Yep. And Benjo Delamente teaches strategy at our new curlers league.
I should go to his class. I really
Yeah,
should.
I should learn a little bit.
And yeah, one of the ironic things he's taught is,
I taught once. That's
and we
So-
learned so much.
And that's a
man.
biter, which is a good shot.
a
The
good
biter
shot.
behind cover.
That's
But
nice.
he explained well that in curling, guarding means offense.
Yep.
Right? And for those of us in literally every other sport on the planet Earth, guarding does not mean offense. Courtney Shaw also offers a strategy game, and she says the same thing. If
True
you
statement.
want offense,
Yep.
create guards.
Yeah. It's counterintuitive, but it's absolutely true. Now you have to be able to use the guards to,
And
to cash them off, and that is the hard part.
That's the tricky
That
part.
is the hard
Sweep that
part.
Naomi. Sweep that Naomi. Bring that in. Bring that
Do
in.
not sweep that.
Hammer alert on
Where it is
C.
fine. Hammer alert on C.
Hammer alert on C.
Hammer time.
Yellow is going to try to hit and stick.
Yeah, because if they don't, they're giving up 3, and that's a problem.
And they have no option but to hit and stick.
And their rocks are also over curling.
And it would be for 1, which would still leave them
So
down
do you think that room is a
6-4.
bit narrow for this time and place?
Unless she's planning on coming up way, which this is up. This is
This
up
is
way.
pretty heavy. That's good. That's
It's
good.
wide at the moment.
No, it's good. It's
moving
good.
fast.
I do not
It's
agree
good.
with you.
It's good.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. It's going to stick.
I trust
You're right.
Enrique on
You're
this.
right. Okay, you
because
see better.
Enrique has
He has a
the
better
eye.
angle. He has a better angle. So, yep, that's a hit and stick. That's 1. So that makes it a 6-4 game after 6. They got plenty of time to play 8 ends. No sweat there.
They're the fastest sheet in
They
this
are.
draw.
Which is a thing of respect again.
And the previous draw also, sheet C was the fastest sheet.
And Chris Ice says there's no easy double there. Whiskey, maybe. Chris Ice,
Double whiskey.
come
Yeah.
out to the club. We'll pour you a double whiskey and come and commentate with us.
Yeah, absolutely. There's lots of spaces tomorrow.
With a last name like Ice, you belong at this sport.
Oh, that's a nice
That
shot.
That's a beauty.
It's nice if they can deal with this at some point, the red that's in the 4-foot.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And again, red is playing the scoreboard.
Now Schlanger is going to try to hit both.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it's very
absolutely.
hard to hit both.
that's tough. I almost feel like I
Well-
run the guard back.
You go for one,
Throw
and
a
if you
rock
get
at
both,
him, and if you pop
better.
the second, and if you skinny the lead one.
the top one is probably not going to score.
That's well.
And again, as we said, guards are offense. They're taking away offense.
Yeah. I shouldn't talk about how to play with the lead. I can't play with the lead. Enrique knows. Enrique's beaten me from way behind before.
You usually beat me.
Yeah, but not when I'm way ahead. I can beat you in a close game, but if I'm way ahead, I lose.
And that is the question I keep asking you guys. I don't know how to
Got
handle
it
a
out,
house full
which
of
is
my
the
own
important
stones.
part of it.
House full of your own stones is great. Nothing wrong with house full of your
But
own
when
stones.
they're on the-
Unless there's one of the others right in the
Yeah.
middle that you can't get to.
I think I may be overthinking this.
If you put more of your stones in the house than your opponent, more often than not, you're going to score.
All right, we have Courtney Shaw dancing up the courtesy line. And we have,
The courtesy line. Do you know who it's for?
oh, it's William F. Courtesy. He's a Canadian man who invented politeness. Back in 1643, before Canada was Canada, back when it was New France and England North.
You're making this up.
Oh, absolutely.
The courtesy line is a courtesy to the officials. People used to stand right by the hog line, but that made it difficult for the officials to see when there was a hog line violation.
Once upon a time.
We didn't have that line.
Once upon a no.
Back in my day.
Once upon
We
a
did
time.
not have that line.
Once upon a time, the worst job as an official was hogline ref.
That
You had
stood there.
You had to sit or stand on the hog line. There's usually 2 of them on either end.
It still is if you play in a place that doesn't
Because
have sensors.
How many?
They don't- we
But
don't
how many of the
actually do it so much
sensors
Huh?
fail?
They don't do it anymore?
There's no,
Only if there's someone who is...
so because hogline official sucks so much.
They just got rid of it.
They don't do it in. They don't do
It's like
it
nuclear
unless
inspector.
Someone
problems
is
start
flirting
to
with the line.
Then the official that's watching the game.
All right.
20. Then the official that's watching the game will kind of
trying
wander
to
out,
push this one
stand
in.
on the hog, and the message.
Oh, and they
gets,
picked it.
And the message gets sent.
Oh, wait, no.
You know?
God damn it.
And we just heard Ms. Shaw. Damn it, no, not damn it.
I hope there's no kids under 18 on this broadcast.
That is not one of the 7 words.
It's almost 11 p.m. and they should be in bed.
That's true, because tomorrow is a
Unless
school
they're watching the California team, in which...
day. Yeah, in which case it's only 8 o'clock.
It's,
Their
yeah.
time.
So to those Curlifornia kids, I hope you've never heard a bad word in your life.
Now you did.
They live in California. I'm sure they have.
Why? What's wrong with
But yeah,
There's nothing wrong with
when
California.
I when I officiated, I was tasked with being a hogline judge, and we had 2. We had one on each side where most of the game was being played, and we developed a system between us that we would just move our arm in the direction of the hack to show that the release was before the hog line.
Yep.
And you look at the person on the other side. If they mirror you, you know that
that all's good.
there was no violation there.
All right. I think we're looking
But you're
at
paying
the
attention
edge
to 4 sheets at the same time.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So Benja's giving us the all-house view, and we're going to go look at sheet A.
Sheet
A
A.
is
Where
hammer
Rising
time.
Red
Not hammer
shooters-
time yet, but
Red
it's
has 1.
Red's
Is
last.
Sitting.
Yeah, it is Red's last. Red is sitting 1 pretty well. Actually, never mind pretty. Impenetrably well.
That's say that.
buried.
That house is well guarded.
Let me put it this way. I am more comfortable that I would win a bet that stone is going to be there when this end is over than that you're going to win your bet with the guy from Virginia.
I actually agree with that.
I can hit that
Yeah.
How?
with not
Yeah.
what he threw. Yeah, but it's his rock, so he's not interested.
Yeah, the one hand.
He's just throwing it out. No, he's just promoting
or
his opponent's
tapping
rock
his,
into
no,
it.
he's tapping his red, trying to tap it to a scoring position.
No,
Didn't work.
he just
It
missed.
did not work.
He
It
just
did not.
missed.
The game. Yeah, the throw that he was looking for did not occur.
Now you
Hi,
just
Henrique.
throw heavy in the middle.
Oh,
All you have to do is throw
have another drink, Henrique. That's not
260
going to work.
pounds worth of stones.
Throw heavy in the middle.
How do you propose to get there? Keep in mind, there's a red stone up by the hog line that's on the
Oh,
line that you
that
have to
red.
throw.
That red. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I look forward to playing you guys next.
I'll play. I'll throw that. Set it up and I'll throw it. I didn't even bring my curling pens.
My pants. My pants.
I'm gonna have to curl in shorts.
Is it that kind of spiel already?
Well, gentlemen on C's curling
Yeah.
shorts.
Chris Ice is complaining about the language,
Okay.
There's not enough swear words.
but I think Chris Ice knows better. All right, so they're going to drag this one under.
Yep.
Sweeping hard to get
That's
it.
fine. Playing the scoreboard. You're up by a ton.
So I'm Curlifornia. I hit and I pop into the 4-foot, and I consider that the.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because
And
you're
at
not
this
blanking
point,
it.
and at this point, to a large degree, I start considering drink orders.
And I am going to call us over to sheet D, where Team Hufe
Is getting ready to throw a
do we
hammer.
know how it's pronounced?
Currently lying.
Also
to,
a lot of rocks up front.
Currently looking to
Sorry?
see if all they got to do is get most of the 12-foot for a third.
I'll jump up.
Pretty.
Team
I don't know how
Hufe
they get there, but if they can get there, they got 3.
with hammer to go up 6-2.
And oh dear.
Oh.
Oh no. All right, and I think there's going to be some shakes, so I
Yeah.
am being asked to come and help measure some least shot draws.
All right, have fun with that.
It has been a pleasure, Alan, Enrique, and Benjo.
Thank you very much.
And until next time,
See you tomorrow.
See you
y'all.
later. Which sheet are they shaking?
They're going to be shaking on B after this because there's no way yellow gets more than 1, which would put them down 9-3 after 6 ends. So, I mean, they could keep going.
And she didn't come.
And so
C.
the hammer on D, there was nothing going to happen. So they just took their 2, so they go up.
Still a tight game. Tight enough.
5-2, I think, on D. Our game here on B is actually the slowest one, but it's also the one most likely to be ending in 2 stones, 3 stones, 4 stones, 4 stones.
Depending on what Schlanger does. Well, depending on what the California team does.
I mean, even if they got both of their remaining stones to score, that puts them down 9-4
Yeah.
with only 2 ends to play.
You've never given up a 5?
Oh, I've given up lots of them. I specialize in it. But realistically,
And that's a very good throw for the Potomac team.
yeah, and frankly, right now I'm not seeing Silicon
Well,
Valley
there's a draw
getting
on
to-
the other side.
Oh,
but
there's a draw on both sides at the moment. Not a problem. Both draw lines are open.
at this
but-
point, you just want to tap lightly on that red and roll in a little bit. You
Yeah.
don't need to throw heavy.
Yeah. Or I mean, even just the
Your
pure
line
draw
is the
works.
most important thing.
Even just the pure draw works. The tap is available to you if you're a little heavy. But I mean, really, what they would love to do is they would love to draw to the button. This is too much ice to get to the button. in my
on that
opinion.
side.
Yeah, in my opinion.
The other
If they
side,
wanted-
you could get the button with
if they want- sure.
5 feet.
5 feet. If they wanted to get to the button, I think they would need to be in about it. Yeah.
But
6
they don't
inches.
have to be on the button. They
No,
only
not
have
at
to
all.
be behind that
Right.
red.
Yeah, I want to be behind the reds over here because it's not raisable, but I'll get over it. Stone
Narrow?
is on its way. I don't know, the broom sweepers aren't on it. They concerned about the weight? Is it too heavy? Now they're on it.
It's not heavy.
Yeah, the weight's about right, actually. And they're
And it's
clear
gonna
of
make
the
it the
guard.
round,
It's
yeah.
a nice little,
It's a
it's
nice shot.
tidy little draw.
It just didn't
If they
curl
can
much, but
bury-
it's in a
that's
good
enough.
position.
That's fine. That's enough. It's hittable, though.
Well, they want to draw to it. Give up the 1. Maybe the 2.
I mean, but if they draw to it, there's the other curl draws available for the 2.
Yeah, give up the 2.
Yeah, I mean, they don't care. Schlanger's already considering buying beer. He's pretty much sure he's going to win this game.
Kevin's going to start working the bar again. You're going to have orders soon.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, that 5er was very painful here.
Yeah, I mean,
Aside from that, the game was pretty close.
yeah, exactly. It was a pretty nip and tuck game, but that 5 in the 5th, I mean, that killed the game. All right. Stone is on its way from David Schlanger. It's his last stone of the end. He's perfectly fine if it turns out to be his last stone of the game. They're looking to make sure that they get past the guards. That shouldn't be a problem unless it doesn't.
Yeah, it's a little bit heavier than what he wanted, but being in the house is good.
That actually fell out a little. That's not going to do the job. Okay, yellow's got the draw for 2. I mean, in-off is acceptable. There's lots of ways for them to get to the 2.
Just don't nose it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You really want to hit it inside.
Yeah, you want to get inside the nose and roll in a little.
And hammer on C coming soon.
No.
Mike made a great shot with his rock.
I didn't see it. Good shot.
Mike just drew around everything to the button there
Very nice.
on C.
This is not the hammer on C. Red has hammer.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so Mike already drew through there into the button, not leaving much.
All right, Curlifornia,
California's last rock of the end.
Last rock of the end. Diane Palme trying. This is the hammer.
She's drawing
trying
into
to
backing.
draw to the backing. A little across the nose on
A little
that
heavy,
red
backline weight-ish.
is fine. Doesn't have to be backline. Back 8's fine. They're sweeping more for line than anything else.
But I don't know why they're sweeping.
They're making sure.
They want to
on the
hit
line.
it on the inside. They don't want to hit it on the outside.
They want to guard against the overcurl. Make sure they get past the guard primarily.
Oh, wow.
Is it falling off?
It didn't come back as much as she wanted.
That is only a 1.
It's a 1 for yellow.
1 for yellow. That makes the score 9-3. Are we going to keep going? She's skating back to the other end. I don't know if that's just to pick up her gripper or if they're still continuing. I have not seen any motions towards handshakes.
I guess they want to learn about their ice a little more.
Yep. And they are legally entitled. They can continue curling until they're mathematically eliminated, and they will not be mathematically eliminated until they're down by more than
16
they are now.
at this point.
Yeah.
8 on the next end. Well, 9 on the next end. Or 8 and run out of rocks.
Yeah. So, not to add insult to injury, but something that the Curlifornia Dreaming team needs to realize, they've only got 17 minutes before they're in their final end. Now, 17 minutes is theoretically enough to play a full end.
Usually you can play in 15.
15 to 16.
But if you have to think about a couple of shots, then
Yeah.
you're playing real close to not being able to finish.
They've been playing a little slow, frankly, because they started with 120 minutes. They've spent 113 of them, and they've only played 6 ends. That math.
Yeah.
Sheet
Well,
C,
they need 120 to play 7 ends.
right. So sheet C is throwing hammer.
It's Mike's throwing hammer. He's piling them in.
Sitting
He's
at-
trying
he's
to go
already
between the 2
sitting-
yellows. He just threw that shot.
Pretty much.
So
That
if it
looks
doesn't-
more like an in-off than a draw weight to me.
Now,
Coming in. They
oh,
got little guard tick.
yeah.
Score 2 red.
Mike, Susan, and their 3 daughters used to curl here in 2002 and 2003.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
forever.
and then they moved back to Canada, where they've been ever since.
Did we have this club in 2003?
Yes, this facility opened in January of 2002, and they were among the first juniors the girls were among the first juniors that curled here.
Marvelous.
And if you go look at the junior rocks here, you see their names on one of the rocks.
Okay. Welcome to History Time with Enrique Kemp, who has been a curler here as long as here has been here.
For 20 years of curling and 1 year of not curling.
That being
COVID?
2021.
Yeah.
Nobody got to curl that year. It was a little. We were all busy trying not
Nobody
to die.
got to curl here.
Yeah, we were all busy trying not to die. Pretty good job of it.
Oh, wow, that's
It's a really good draw.
just
It's
a little bit
deep.
on the heavy side, right? Or
I
no?
don't know. I can't see the house because Benjo hasn't hit the button.
Benjo sees it on the monitor in front of him, so he forgets to press the
I
button
do.
for us. It's a back 8.
Yeah. And it actually overcurled. It is exposed.
But you're not going to hit. You need... Rocks in the back of the house are good for the California team now.
Yes.
So they throw theirs in front and keep them safe.
Yeah.
The ones in the back are backing so that there's a jam if David tries to hit them.
Yeah, because they pretty much got to put together a big number here. You know, even just even a 3.
Steal 4.
Steal 4 is great.
No, score 4.
This is
Oh, they have to
They
steal
do
4, steal 3.
Steal 4, steal. Yeah.
And that's a good draw.
Or steal 3, and it's a tie. Because remember, you can tie in this game. Weird.
Overcurled it a little bit.
Yes, it did.
So David's going to call a hit on the rock that overcurled.
So actually, our game on sheet A in the 7th end is currently tied at 4. So, respectably high possibility that the tie thing that we were discussing could actually come into play.
Courtney throwing a heavy hit on the guard.
Guard peel. And
Double guard peel.
1.
Oh!
No, not quite.
Almost got the double guard
She was
peel.
going for a double guard peel, but she didn't quite get there.
What's she going for now? Ah, hit the guard.
Yep.
I can hit the upper yellow if you want, or I can draw either.
Courtney wants to practice a draw.
I think either's fine. The hit's fine. Yep.
Let's hit this one.
You think it'll be pretty straight out there, eh?
Yeah, I think like control.
Okay. Feel like we'll start out here.
Yeah, we haven't thrown it in a while, but
Yeah.
yes, line. Whoa.
Oh yeah, you swept it. It looks like you floated right out.
Trying to hit and stick there.
Looks
Needs
like
a little
it.
more curl.
Little outside.
It's a good to hit and stick.
It's stuck.
Yep, it's still in the rings.
With the curl box, it will always curl.
I don't. This is second, but I just kind of like it under this.
No, you don't need to get rid of it. It's fine.
Oh, are you gonna throw with this?
It's a point for guard, but we'll always practice there.
6, 7's good.
Too many skips.
Yep.
No, I'm waiting for them to finish.
No, Jake, he's just waiting for
Hammer alert on A. A is a tied game. Yellow has hammer.
Yep. And right now, red
Red is sitting
lying
2.
2.
And yellow
Looks
is
like
trying to
yellow's
do a
trying to
hit
hit.
and roll double.
Or alternatively, they just maybe hitting to just keep red to 1, and then they're down 1 with the 8th. That's not horrible. You know, so it may just be a risk mitigation thing. If they get 2, they're great, because then they'd score 2, and that's marvelous.
Right.
But
And hitting at least 1.
right. Now, it is a stick curler throwing, so you get that little extra that a stick does offer if she's got the accuracy. It's definitely got the hit. Just not sure what's going to happen after the hit.
Yeah, hit and
Hit
stick
for
and give up 1.
It's fine. Gives up 1. Down 1 coming home with. Not a problem. Particularly when you can tie. We now have hammer time going on D in the last end. No, 7th end. Sorry. Red is sitting 3, which would be enough to tie up the game. And they're preparing to throw the hammer for potentially a 4th to put them up 1. And pretty easy, pretty straightforward draw, really. There's nothing really in the way.
Pretty much anywhere in the house except a biter.
Yeah, you need you need a nibble as opposed to well, you need a chomp as opposed to a bite. You're good. Stone is on its way. It looks pretty good to me. Yeah, that's going to be fine. That's going to come in. That's just going to tap up his 3. Yep, that's a 4.
4
So
for red.
Greg
putting
puts
them
up.
with-
Greg goes up 6-5, coming into the last end. And we're coming down to the 8th end. Hammers here. No, it's not hammer yet. Never mind. We're just starting skip stones in the 8th end. Now red is up 7-4 here. So really all they need to do is take this stone out, and I think they win on material. Oh no, yellow still got 3 more. Never mind. Got the hit. Not enough. And they wreck out one of their own. That's not that relevant.
Mike was calling for them to sweep hard, and they were sweeping as much as they could. It just curled too much.
Yep.
Diane's first rock on sheet B.
Yep. The scoreboard on sheet A is weird. Red has scored in 5 ends. Yellow has only scored in 2, yet it's a 5-4 game. Red has never scored 2. They've stolen twice. 3 times, actually. And a couple yellow stones went away. Yellow's only lying 1. They've only got 2 stones left, so the best they can do on C is a tie. And red will have a chance with a hit to. Red actually has 2 stones remaining also.
On C, it's
On
Mike's
C.
first.
Yeah. If he hits this red, it's game. Or if he hits this yellow with his red, it's game over.
On sheet A, I think they're just trying to draw and freeze.
Probably. It's still pretty early in that end, so they're really just trying to set up the end still.
A little bit heavy.
A little tappy.
Yeah.
It's fine. All right, so on sheet C, looking to put this game to bed with a straightforward hit. Is he back to the nose?
All he needs is to take it out, right?
Well, yeah, but
and
a
not
jam
leave
is-
it in the
a
house, and
jam
he's
is a
outside
possibility.
again.
A jam is a possibility here.
It's still in there,
Still in the house. It still potentially scores.
but they need to get rid of red
They
now.
need to get
and-
rid of- they
and
need to
hope
get rid of
Mike
2.
misses his last shot.
Yeah. I mean,
How do you get rid of that?
so I get rid of the 2 red that are on the center line.
But it's going to run back into the yellow.
No, I slash I slash the top one over this way, catch the one in the back out on the way. My shooter ends up in front of the other one. I mean, I'm praying for a miss, don't get me wrong. But that's the only way actually, I don't need to get rid of the one in the back. Well, it doesn't as a catcher.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do, but
He's up again it, but he's got a shot, so throw the shot.
it's got to be real thin against the back one to move the back one out, or go through the gap.
Yeah, it was a clean throw. You didn't
All right, so if this is not in the house, game over.
It's not curling.
No, it is not.
Now it
Here
is.
it is. Here it comes. Here it
It's
comes.
going to jam.
It's
It's going to jam.
take his own out. Okay, that's the game. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, yep, it is.
Yeah,
The shooter rolls
the
out.
shooter.
And that's game because they've only got 2 stones left, and they need to score 3. You can't do it. Can't score 3 with 2. So that is game over on C. Final score is technically 7-4.
But now they got to throw the last shot
They do have to
draws.
throw the last shot draws. And is somebody out there with the laser to do that?
Yeah, well,
Yep, there he goes. Okay, yellow's probably shot right now. Although a steal of 1 doesn't really help.
slam it. Lose
Yeah.
both.
Exactly. Don't care.
It's my stone. Yep.
Hit it a little bit to the right of nose.
I mean, hit it. Hit it with significant.
Well, if you
with
hit it on the
significant
left
force.
side, then it just jams. And he's
Only if
very
you hit
close to it.
Only if you hit it way on the left. Anything, you'll get enough bounce because there's some separation there. The stones are not frozen. The moment he's okay. He's fine. This is fine. This will get the job done.
Yep.
Pop.
And pops it out. Leaves 5. 1,
6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. So your final score, 15 to whatever they had. 2. 3? 2. So your final score, 15 to 3. Over here in sheet B.
Big end. Two big ends.
Schlanger danger turned into being a lot of danger to the other team. So they've won their first game of the tournament. We're done here on sheet B. Let's see, where are we cutting to?
Sheet A,
Still has a lot of stones to
there's
go.
still a lot to go. Also on
The
sheet.
game on C is done, so it's either A or D.
Or we show the measurements on sheet C.
We do not need to show the measurements on sheet C. So you see people curling on sheet C. It's because after the first round games, everybody has to throw a last shot draw. That is used as the tiebreaker in case it's needed for seedings or tie breaks later in the tournament. And it's already kind of been a thing because there have been some ties, so crazy has ensued. So yeah. All right, so what game are we looking at? We're looking at A, it appears. Yes, the 5-4 game. Rise of Broom Shooter over Team Constantino at the moment. Team Constantino does have the hammer. They are down 1 right now. Broom Shooter has the stone on the button. Over on sheet D, it is Grek versus Huth. Grek is throwing red. They currently have a 1-point lead. Yellow has the hammer. Huth. Red is currently on the button. There. That's our game reset.
And our 2 hours are over. Not that it matters because the 2 games that are still going on are on the 8th end.
Yep. You can just shut that down for the night, really. Okay, so guarding up on A, which makes sense because he wants to guard that stone that he's got on the button, because that would be his winning stone right now.
That's still the vice is.
Yeah, we still
first.
have tons of stones left. Still tons of stones left. Yellow is getting ready to throw their 5th stone of the end, so yes, vice is first.
And that crashed the guard before it went into the house. Didn't do what she wanted it to do.
All right, so we are now on the first skips stone for
On sheet D?
on sheet A.
No. Not yet. There are still 2 reds back there.
Are there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 3 yellows.
So this is the second vice. Never mind. So basically, he's adding to the guard pile,
Yeah.
and this is that.
All but 2 rocks are still in play.
Yeah. So do you consider, if you're yellow, bashing off that yellow
And to the center?
and then pounce into the center?
Is that what they're going for, or they just want to take a little piece of that red?
I think they're just trying to get a piece of the rock. Prudential. Boy, I don't know. That's got enough weight. Maybe they are trying to do the in off.
Her broom was just way too close to be that weight.
Yeah.
You would have to throw harder than that. I think they're going for the double/double.
Little tappy tap action.
Ah.
It did tap it, but all
But
it did was
not
put it
enough.
more on the button. But that
Right.
yellow stone is now in a position where it would be easy to remove the red stone with that yellow stone. Easy.
Both reds.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That would be fun.
That'd be a lot of fun. So that's presumably what they're going to attempt to prevent by putting up something in the guard. Something in the guard
A
space.
guard somewhere?
Something in the guard space.
Yep, they're trying to put the biter there.
Biting guard wouldn't be bad.
So while they're thinking, we can probably look at D.
All right.
And
looking over
Jeff
D.
throwing his first rock.
Red currently has one on the back of the button. Yellow has a stone on the top of the button. I'm not sure which is shot at the moment. I think red's shot, but my angle's not perfect.
It
on
looks
this.
like red's shot.
But red is, and red must think they're shot too because they're playing happy fun guard games.
Let's guard this.
Yeah, let's guard this. Don't taunt happy fun guard.
You guys are oversweeping this. Ooh, that's a nice shot.
That's a good draw. Not quite on the button, but on the button enough. It's a good number.
And you pick just the 2 closest
The
ones?
2 best.
The 2
Two
best.
from each team, yes. So that one's probably going to count. If that one doesn't count, they're going to have a really good number.
Well, we don't do the triangulation here, right? Which
No,
would take
yeah.
a lot longer.
If it's on the button, it's a 0. Courtney went through the house. I drew better than Courtney did. Don't tell her, she'll kill me. All right, so this is the attempt at the guard that we were talking about. Although I heard Laura say 4-5, which would be a little deeper than they really want a guard. They really want for this guard. Seems like it's slowing down.
It's a top 8.
It's top 12-ish.
Top 12. It's exactly where they wanted it.
Maybe a little deep, but not enough.
And
to
a
be
little
problem.
bit closer to the center.
Yeah. I think I don't have a good angle to really see if you can get to the yellow for the slash. Oh, there's the overhead.
Yeah, you can get to the yellow.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
They're
And you
looking
don't-
at run backs.
And you don't need to be, I don't know why.
Why do they want the run back?
Run back is the wrong shot.
Go tell the
Absolute
ladies there.
wrong shot.
Go tell the ladies who have been curling since before you were born there.
Remember, I was born a long time ago.
I was born in the 60s.
Okay, I was in the 70s, but not by much.
I would have gone, especially against
The slash.
against the wall.
Unless they're assuming they've got, I mean, they've got 2 stones. So unless they're assuming the slash is there, will be there for their last one.
Okay, so with that long guard, I wouldn't go for what they're going.
No, I feel like this is a poor choice. Her stick form is odd, just for the record.
The release and then
Yeah,
raise, it's a
yeah.
different.
She has a different style stick than
Yeah.
I do, but all right. So tap, and that just ruined their slash.
But they're, yeah. Now they're 2 reds.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot harder.
That was the wrong shot. I'm willing to die on this hill. That was the wrong shot.
He's asking him what his name is.
Schlanger danger.
All right, are we at the hammer over on D? All right, yellow is down 1. Red currently has probably
The proximate rock. I think yellow has the proximate
You
rock.
think yellow has the proximate rock? So it looks like they're attempting to in off to try to score a second. I disagree. Red has the proximate rock.
And Canada Geese trying to use magic to stop the rock from over.
Shockingly, that didn't work. But no, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you on D. Red is shot. Look at the
Red.
overhead.
Yeah, red. Red is the proximate.
Yeah. So they're trying. So yellow is trying to in off the other red to get in. If it works, they'll give. If it works, they'll get them at least 2, which will be enough for a win. But that's gonna fiddly shot, and that's not gonna fiddle right. So red's gonna take 1, win that game 7-5
With a steal of 1.
with a steal of 1 in the 8th to lock it down.
And
So
now we are at
we at the hammer.
hammer time on A.
Hammer time on A. Here's your problem. There is a red stone on the button, and yellow needs to score 1 to tie, 2 to win. 2 to win's not in the cards. They have a shot at the 1.
Yes.
What are they? I think they can shoot that gap.
Shoot the gap and hit yellow pretty much anywhere, so
Yeah.
red goes away.
I don't see shooting the gap though with all the guards in front. I don't. Are they promoting? Or are they running their yellow?
There's no
back?
gap. There's no gap.
Right. I'm not sure what they're doing, frankly. I think they're just throwing a stone and hoping.
It's the run back on the yellow.
Problem is that yellow's kind of frozen to that red, I think, so I don't think they get the run back that they're looking for.
But the hard enough hit will
and
move it.
there it goes, and it tapped it, but not enough to make a difference, I don't think.
Needed more
Pretty
weight.
sure that the red has the 1, which is the win. They're going to go take some looks, but yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm going to sign off and get going.
Yep, thank you very much, everyone. It's been a lovely night. Thank you, Enrique, and we will see you all tomorrow.